scenes since I read it, so I didn't remember it. So I said, well, Cindy could be my therapist, but Vasily just reminded us that it's a man. So.
And I guess yours is a woman, John. So.
Yeah.
Would you want to work
with the guys again?
John,
I would do my scene with you, Cindy, as the therapist, and I think
Vasily, can we do it? Can I do it with you?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
Well, I thought that Anj and you, Vasily, and me could do a scene when we're in our apartment. When you play Bob, my male lover.
Oh my God! The shadow box all over again.
The thing is, Vasily, did you read Beyond Therapy?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Of course I did.
Yeah, so you remember her therapist is very macho. He's really macho and kind of sexually harasses her, and so yeah.
Well,
I think he can play it.
I think they had an affair.
No.
So should we do the 3 scene or the therapist, Vasily? John, should we work next time on the 3 scene? And then.
I have a suggestion. Why don't we try to do like 3 of us, and then we'll do just you and I, just the therapist scene, and see what it feels like.
Right, and same thing. And Cindy, you and I could, maybe go over the therapist scene.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Bill.
Hi.
It's fun listening to you work it all out.
What do you think?
Yes, sure. Like I say, I want it to be something you guys are excited about. That's my only bottom line.
Yeah, but I want to work with the girls too. I haven't worked with them since Dining Room.
Wow, yeah. Well, that was just about a year ago, That was I remembered that because I was in Florida most of the time, and I'm leaving for Florida again after Thanksgiving.
Oh, please put me in your suitcase. I hate winter.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I'll clean the house for you and Terry.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
Bill, we were thinking of doing for the next session Beyond Therapy with Vasily and John, and then John working with his therapist being Cindy.
Yeah, that's what I heard about that. I was listening. Okay. Yeah, that's great.
The 3 of us, Anj and me and Vasily, doing Bruce and Bob and. Bruce.
Sounds great. I'm glad you like the material so much.
It's fun.
What I've seen cracks me up. I'd love to see this whole thing.
Yeah. How many characters are in the play?
For
1, 2,
5.
3, 4,
There's 5,
5,
and then there's a waiter that comes in and out. Small role.
6.
Yeah. It's kind of like.
If you find a 7th, maybe that's our next show.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Hey, Mel, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Cam, how are you tonight?
Pretty good.
All right. So, welcome to our last session for a couple of weeks.
God, where did it go?
I don't know.
When is the next session, Bill?
I think it's the
15th or something.
12th or something. Hold on a second.
I am not going to be on a bus coming back from Atlanta. Because they did let me know till it was too late to send in registration, so I will not be on a bus. So
you're right.
The 12th, the 12th of December. Yeah, 12th of December. Yeah, great.
Yeah. So when do we start again? 2 weeks?
No, well, it's 2 weeks off, and then we start on the 3rd week. So we're not meeting next week. We're not meeting the following week, but then the following week after that we meet December 12th. That's what we all decided.
So we're not meeting on what is today?
Thanksgiving.
We're not
week.
meeting on the 29th.
No.
28th.
28th is the day, but.
And we're not meeting on the 4th.
The 5th.
The 5th.
The 5th.
So the 12th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't I just say that?
Yes.
Probably.
I don't know.
Our next class is January 12th.
Yes.
So it's not January 12th. It's not November 12th.
No.
All right, but it's not September
Or
12th.
sorry, December 12th.
No.
And
January
Bill,
12th.
when you get a
What
chance,
are
could
you
you
talking
send,
about the following year?
Bill, when you get a chance, if you can send me the receipt?
I will. I'll
Yeah,
send you, I'll
thank you.
send you the pro forma letter. I will.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's great.
Okay, so Mel, since Ann just figured out that her therapist is a man and John's therapist is a woman, so I'm working with John. Do you want to do a scene with me once you guys are done with Children's Hour?
I am really ready to do something fun.
Fun?
Okay.
I've had two
Very
real-
serious things.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. And
Yes.
I would
You
love
want to pick something like The Odd Couple, maybe, or something, and read it
Oh.
to women, or
Wow. Okay. What? Yeah. I mean, you guys
You can pick
talk.
what
Are you guys interested in doing a production of something again? Are you interested in that? Should I-
Yeah,
love to do
yes,
I would love it.
we
Yeah.
can do another show.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me. You know what? When we were deciding before, I wish I knew where I put it. I spent like 2 days looking through things that we could possibly do, and I had a list of them somewhere, but I don't know where that list is anymore. So
You could do Equus.
no, we can't do Equus. No,
You don't think so?
no.
I want to play the boy.
No, I thought, if Vasily was the boy, if you were the psychiatrist,
Kidding, I was joking.
Mel's the mom.
No. That's really, one of the reasons that it worked so well is that it was cast well. Both of those shows were cast well. That would not be good casting.
And it's very visual. Very
Even for a Zoom show.
Besides, it's it's a powerful homophobic show that without the feeling of what the horses are like and all that other stuff, it's just you
Well,
can't even
none of them look like your horses. Those were,
Well, I know those were some gorgeous men, those horses. Yes.
and they were completely waxed, guys. Head
Yes,
to toe.
all they got to do is to go on my website. It's the picture. That's the picture of that production in Cleveland.
Oh,
Were you
cool.
there the day on the TV show when they waxed the one guy's underarm?
Oh yeah, we did it as a promo when they all had to have their bodies waxed to play these horses.
God,
We
he's
did
just
it on
sitting
a-
there chatting, and she goes, and he sat up.
I know.
He's like,
I know. I mean,
ripped all the hair out of his underarm.
they were bald, had no hair from head to toe. That was it.
Yeah,
So
they were.
Oh,
Because I was on stage, not one hair on that. Well,
No,
except
that's
maybe
true.
in the places under the loincloth.
That's true. Well, I don't even want to talk about it. Okay. Well, let's. What are you up to tonight, Mel? What do you want? What's your issues tonight?
I have two things I'd like to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Out
Yeah.
and then Children's Hour, of course.
Okay.
Those two things.
Okay.
And I have them both up already this time.
Okay. Good. Great. Okay. Cam, what about you?
Birthday party and the monologue.
Okay. And have you started birthday party with Rob? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Okay.
sound
And
so
have you
dubious,
read?
Bill.
What's that,
You
Cam?
sound so dubious.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Okay.
I'm just me,
Okay.
I'm just me. Have you performed that monologue yet, Cam? Have you doing?
No, they postponed it. It's going to be performed on the 15th, which will give us one more time after today.
Oh, the 15th of December?
Yep.
Oh, great. Oh, well, how come they postponed it?
Tech
Tech.
person.
You didn't have a tech person?
Yeah, the tech people are so much in demand right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's very hard to get a good tech person.
My little Allie's doing a John Patrick Shanley production right now.
On
You
Zoom.
You remember Allie? Yeah, no, not on Zoom. It's a live production. She was my stage manager for 1-2-3 Manhunt. Allie.
she's wonderful.
Oh God.
She was ours for both shows, Dining Room and Shadowbox.
Yeah. Well, and she won't be available in the spring either because I helped her get a job as a company manager for a touring dance company that she.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's great. You know, she's so responsible. It's just the greatest thing. I feel so relaxed. Anytime I had to do something that had any tension, I just made sure she was sitting next to me and she could say, okay, Bill, this is what's, and then I can work with it. She's very calming. As you all know, I mean, you all enjoyed
Oh,
working
she's
with her.
wonderful.
Nothing phased her at all.
Yeah, no, she loves her work. You know, it's so rare that you find somebody in those positions that love their work. It's almost like as rare as, well, it's, you know, a lot. I've worked with a lot of stage managers who love their work. The people who dislike their work the most in the industry that I've found are casting directors. They just they seem to be the most unhappy people in the business.
Really?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Why?
What, you think they're frustrated actors or something?
I mean, I'm sure each case is an individual thing, but what I'm saying is the category is flawed. I've probably worked with, I don't know how many casting directors in my life. I could probably name 3 that I thought were good.
I heard somebody say sometime, when you're in a playground and kids say, I want to be the president, I want to be this, I want to be that. Did you ever hear anybody say, I want to be a casting director?
Well, and I just want to say, maybe that's the reason why there's so much, I don't know, I feel like lately things I've been seeing, there's so much terrible casting happening.
Yeah, well,
Some really good stuff too, but I mean, sometimes it's just like you're thinking, what are people thinking in casting these people in these roles?
well, I'll tell you, you know, it's my favorite part of the directing process. I just love casting, and it's you know, because it's the whole thing for me. If I get the cast right, then I don't have to work very hard, and it just sort of happens all in front of me. And so, spending all my energy to get that right is so important for me. And it's ironic to me that the people who do it for a living, where it should be the most important, it's oddly not. Anyway, I mean, there are some very good ones, but not too many that I've run into. So. And I hear the film industry and the television industry is even worse. So I have no idea, but that's just theater people. Okay, so Vasily, what are you up to tonight?
Well, Cindy and I were going to do the same thing when we did the last time. So, but I think
Came up with something that will.
yeah, we have something.
Oh, you guys, if this works the way it just did, you're gonna love it.
You got something new you want to show us?
No, the same, but a little bit different.
Yeah, we did both DMV and Red Herring, which I did finish reading, and Vasily's almost done.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But you know, the funny thing about that is that there's nothing that's really explained except Nathan. Like she says, I found things, never said what she found. It's, you know, stuff like that.
Well, no, I mean, the details aren't important in that particular situation. I mean, it's sort of, that's not the point. I mean, the point is not to know that. The point is what she's done to try to get together with Andre.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay. So I got that. John, you want to do, what are you up to tonight?
With Ange, my Beyond Therapy with Ange,
Beyond Therapy,
and, and Doubt with Mel.
Okay, good. And Ange, you're
Mel and John and Rob.
She's the flavor of the month.
Well, that's nice. Okay. All right, good. Any questions or anything you want to talk about before we start? Okay, I'll take that as
Rob?
Rob said he's going to chime in at 7. That's what he told me.
Ah, okay.
So, okay, let's start with. I was going to start with Rob because, but now he's not here. So let's start with. Anybody want to volunteer?
I think you said that you were going to do Doubt because we got.
Oh,
We ran out of
yeah.
time.
We just got. You didn't get as much time on it last time. Yeah, sure, let's start with Doubt. That's great. Good idea.
Let me get it set up here. Give me a second.
Sure.
I don't know why I didn't do this before. Sorry.
And Cindy,
Get off.
Cindy, do you have Beyond Therapy that you can watch our scene? We're going to be hopefully off book. Are you off book?
Yes. Yeah, I'll have to go. I can get that up.
Not now,
Yeah,
not
I do
now,
have
but-
it. Right now, I'm gonna very quickly run and get a battery because my mouse died and won't let me get anything open. But I'll be right back, though.
We'll be. Who's on book for this scene?
When I'm not.
We don't have the lines down yet.
Oh, okay. So we're just the
Yeah.
initial work that we're doing
Right.
on it. Okay,
Right.
good. All right. I'm gonna click off and
Yeah,
let's go.
Just give me 2 more seconds. I'm almost there. Ugh. May I come in?
We would require a third party.
What was Donald's mother doing here?
We were having a chat.
About what?
A third party is truly required, Father.
No, sister. No third party. You and me are due for a talk. You have to stop this campaign against me.
You can stop it at any time.
How?
Confess and resign.
You are attempting to destroy my reputation. But the result of all this is going to be your removal, not mine.
What are you doing in this school?
I am trying to do good.
Or even more to the point, what are you doing in the priesthood?
You are single-handedly holding this school and this parish back.
From what?
Progressive education and a welcoming church.
You can't distract me, Father. This isn't about my behavior. It's about yours.
It's about your unfounded suspicions.
That's right. I have suspicions.
You know what I haven't understood all through this? Why you suspect me? What have I done?
You gave that boy wine to drink, and you let him take the blame.
That's completely untrue. Did you talk to Mr. McGinn?
All Mr. McGinn knows is that the boy drank wine. He doesn't know how he came to drink it.
Did his mother have anything to add to that?
Nope.
So that's it. There's nothing there.
I'm not satisfied.
Well, if you're not satisfied, then ask the boy then.
No, he'd protect you. That's what he's been doing.
Oh, and why would he do that?
Because you have seduced him.
You are insane. You've got it in your head that I've corrupted this child after giving him wine, and nothing I say will change that.
That's right.
But correct me if I'm wrong. This has nothing to do with the wine, not really. You have a fundamental mistrust of me before this incident. It was you that warned Sister James to be on the lookout, wasn't it?
That's true.
So you admit it.
Certainly.
Why?
I know people.
That's not good enough.
It won't have to be.
How's that?
You will tell me what you've done.
Oh, I will.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm not one of your truant boys, you know. Sister James is convinced I'm innocent.
Ah, so you've talked to Sister James. Well, of course you've talked to Sister James.
Did you know that Donald's father beats him?
Yes.
And might not that account for the odd behavior Sister James noticed in the boy?
It might.
Then what is it? What? What did you hear? What did you see that convinced you so thoroughly?
What does it matter?
I want to know.
On the first day of the school year, I saw you touch William London's wrist and I saw him pull away.
That's all?
That's all.
But that's nothing.
What are you writing now?
You leave me no choice. I'm writing down what you say. I tend to get too flustered and to remember the details of an upsetting conversation, and this may be important. When I talk to the Monsignor and explain why you have to be removed as the principal of this school.
This morning, before I spoke with Mrs. Muller, I took the precaution of calling the last parish to which you were assigned.
What did he say?
Who?
The pastor.
I did not speak to the pastor. I spoke to one of the nuns.
You should have spoken to the pastor.
I spoke to a nun.
That's not the proper route for you to have taken, sister. The church is very clear. You're supposed to go through the pastor.
Why? Do you have an understanding, you and he? Father Flynn, you have a history.
You have no right to go through rummaging through my past.
This is your third parish in 5 years.
Call the pastor and ask him why I left. It was perfectly innocent.
I'm not calling the pastor.
I'm a good priest, and there's nothing in my record to suggest otherwise.
You will go after another child and another until you are stopped.
What nun did you speak to?
I won't say.
I've not touched the child.
You have.
You've not the slightest proof of anything.
But I have my certainty. And armed with that, I will go to your last parish and the one before that, if necessary. I'll find a parent, Father Flynn. Trust me, I will. A parent who probably doesn't know that you are still working with children. And once I do that, you will be exposed. It may even be attacked metaphorically or otherwise.
You have no right to act on your own. You're a member of a religious order. You've taken vows, obedience being one. You answer to us. You have no right to step outside the church.
I will step outside the church if that's what needs to be done. Though the door should shut behind me, I will do what needs to be done, Father. And if it means I'm damned to hell, well, you should understand that or you will mistake me. Now, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
Have you never done anything wrong?
I have.
Mortal sin?
Yes,
And?
I confessed. Did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
Whatever I have done, I have left in the healing hands of my confessor, as have you. We are the same.
We are not the same. A dog that bites is a dog that bites. I do not justify what I do wrong and go on. I admit it and desist and take my medicine. Did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
No.
Mental reservation?
No.
You lie. Very well then. If you won't leave my office, I will. And once I go, I will not stop.
Wait.
You will request a transfer from this parish. You'll take a leave of absence until it is granted.
And do what, for the love of God? My life is here.
Oh, don't.
Please, are we people? Am I a person, flesh and blood like you? Or are we just ideas and convictions? I can't say everything. Do you understand? There are things I can't say. Even if you can't imagine the explanation, sister, remember that there are circumstances beyond your knowledge. Even if you feel certainty, it is an emotion and not a fact. In the spirit of charity, I appeal to you on behalf of my life's work. You have to behave responsibly. I put myself in your hands.
I don't want you.
My reputation is at stake.
You can preserve your reputation.
If you say these things, I won't be able to do my work in the community.
Your work in the community should be discontinued.
You'd leave me with nothing.
Oh, that's not true. It's Donald Muller that has nothing, and you took full advantage of that.
I have not done anything wrong. I care about that boy very much.
Because you smile at him and sympathize with him and talk to him as if you were the same?
The child needed a friend.
You are a cheat. The warm feeling you experienced when that boy looked at you with trust was not a sensation of virtue. I can be got by a drunkard from his tot of rum. You're a disgrace to the collar. And the only reason you haven't been thrown out of the church is the decline in vocations.
I can fight you.
You will lose.
You can't know that.
I know.
Where's your compassion?
Nowhere that you can get at it. Stay here. Compose yourself. Use the phone if you'd like. Good day, Father. I have no sympathy for you. I know you're invulnerable to regret. And cut your nails.
Okay, good. You know what nails are in Louise Hay? Did you look up what nails were in Louise Hay?
What's Louis? Oh, that's the book.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you know what nails are? Guess. What do you think they are?
They're what?
What do you think they are? What they represent?
Maybe the window of the soul or something.
No, protection. They
Oh,
represent
in
protection.
the UK.
They represent protection.
Ah.
It's really interesting. Yeah. Yeah. God, it's just, she's always right. I mean, his nails are long because he's subconsciously protecting himself. It's not saying that his nails are always long, but it's just like an issue. It's so interesting. I love Louise Hay. Okay. Good, you guys. It's a good start. My big note for you, Mel, is I would like you to be more rigid than dramatic.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
I think so.
It
Yeah.
seems like you're trying sometimes to create her rigidity through dramatic strength.
Okay.
And I just want her to be fucking rigid.
Less is more, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, yeah, putting that dramatic energy internally so that everything is an absolute takes the pressure off you ever having be wrong, ever having to be questioned, ever having anything against you. It's just this impenetrable wall. And if she chooses to be dramatic, it would be in a very strong, because she doesn't need it. If there is a point where you absolutely need it, and there could be, I saw a potential for one, possibly two places for that in the scene, but I want you to take that external dramatic energy, put it inside, and make it completely incontrovertible.
Okay.
Nothing can penetrate it. He can't hurt you no matter what he says. You've already got it all figured out. So John, there's two things that that I'm confused about that I want. I mean, I don't think I'm confused, but I think it's confusing in the script because he says two things that are quite the opposite. He says, you've had a fundamental mistrust of me ever since I started. He says that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the very beginning, he says, why me?
Right.
Right? What's the, you see, it seems like fundamental mistrust is a tactic. You understand what I mean? That it's something that you're using because you need to use it. You don't have anywhere to go at that particular point in time. But because the first part of what you're doing has so much more to do with that question, why me? The sense of confusion, the sense of disbelief that anybody could interpret your actions in this way. It's I just, how is this even possible? Right? So it's confusing and a great sense of disbelief. And also try to think how it affects your breathing too, your breath, because I want you to try to use your breath a little bit more. I want you to take shallower breaths, and see where that sort of physically leads you. Anyway, so you've had what's the line before you've had a fundamental mistrust of me ever since I started here? What is
My line before that?
Yeah, give me 3 lines. Give me her line, your line, her line, your line. And then the line.
Well, she said it's a kind of progression. She says, no, he'd protect you. That's what he's been doing. I say, oh, why would he do that? Because you've seduced him. You're insane. You've got it in your head that I've corrupted this child after giving him wine, and nothing I say will change that. She says, that's right. But correct me if I'm wrong. This has nothing to do with the wine. Not really. You had a fundamental.
Right. Yeah, you see how that you have to start over again there, because she's cut off the path you've been on. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you use it. I think it's still the truth of why me, the disbelief and confusion can still be there, but this has to be done you're pulling this out. This is like a quiver for you. You're grasping at straws, really. You had a fun. So there needs to be that sort of. I'm trying to find the right word. It's an emergency grab. You're grabbing for something to get control. Okay, so I think we have to look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
What is that's all? What is there's a big line, and then there's.
Yeah, she says, on the first day of the school year, I saw you touch William London's wrist and I saw him pull away. And I say, that's all? She says, that was all. And I say, but that's nothing. And that's when I start writing in the book.
Great. So is it that's all question mark or that's all period?
Question mark.
That's all.
Yeah.
Mine, that's all as a period.
Okay.
You're talking about him. Sorry.
Yeah, mine is that's all question mark. Hers is that was all period.
Good. Read. Both of you play that and read that into me again. Here we go. Right from that spot.
Which spot?
On the first day of the school year.
Yeah, on the first day. Okay, here we go.
On the first day of the school year, I saw you touch William London's wrist and I saw him pull away.
That's all?
That was all.
But that's nothing.
Good. I want to go back again. On the first day of the school year, make this a hard, cold fact that you've been holding inside all this time. All right.
Mhm.
And then that's all. Make it simpler, John. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? That's fucking it. Really? So because I think it surprises you. It surprises you, not so much so that you don't have time to defend yourself. It's just like, what am I going to? Let's see take it from the same place.
All right.
Yeah.
On the first day of the school year, I saw you touch William London's wrist and I saw him pull away.
That's all?
That was all.
Good. You said, no, that's perfect, John. And Mel, you seem negotiable at that point when you say that, and I don't want you to be negotiable.
Okay.
Right? You see, there was an after he said, what's the line that you say after that's all?
That was all.
Yeah, that was all. Period. It's sharper. It stays closed. Like all I can say is somebody
Okay.
can't break through it.
Okay.
Yeah. Why? Do you have an understanding? Why? What is the line then? And then he starts writing things down. This is really, I think, a really good place that you can emotionally start to breathe in a much more shallow way when you start to write it down. It's like that she could take something so innocuous and make that her center core issue. But oh my God, this is even worse than I could possibly have imagined. Right? Okay. Why? Do you have an understanding? What is that line for you, Mel?
Oh, heavens.
That's after I say, this is page 48, closer to the top. I say that's not the proper route for you to have taken, sister. The church is very clear. You're supposed to go through the pastor, and you say, why? Do you have an understanding, you and he? Father Flynn, you have a history.
Right. Is it why, question mark? Do you have an understanding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why, question mark. Do you have an
Good.
understanding, you and he, question mark.
Right. Why? Do you have an understanding, you and he? You know,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
that's what I'm talking about is not why do you have you know, she's not clever. She's adamant. and her impenetrable adamancy is what creates the strength of her position, period. It's almost, I hate to say this, but it's a really good idea about it. It's like the crazy people in our society today. You can't believe that they believe what they believe, and they don't dramatically say it. It's just they just know it. You know, it's scary. Anyway, so what is the certainly? Trust me, and I will. Somewhere around there. Certainly, trust me, I will.
No, these lines well enough.
Is this after that?
Yes. This is right after it.
Oh,
Do you have an understanding? And then something when somebody says certainly, and then trust me, I will. It might not be right after it, but
yeah, this
it's
is
after it for sure.
Oh, yeah, here it is. I say, because I'm telling her I've not touched the child. She says, you have. I say, you have not the slightest proof of anything. This is page 48, Mel.
Right.
Oh God, I'm doing another thing. So hang on, let me get that.
This is where you say, but I have my certainty, and armed with that, I will go to your last parish, and the one before that, if necessary, I will find a parent, Father Flynn. Trust me, I will. A parent who probably doesn't know that you are still working with children.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. When you see that on the playback, that's the sort of adamancy that I'm talking about. You really connected with that.
Okay.
You really connected with that sentence. And then you started, and you'll also see, then you'll see how you started to make it even more dramatic, and it is not necessary.
It just stays like this.
Yes, it does. It's
Okay.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's the curse of the character.
Yeah.
John,
Okay, good.
never done anything wrong. What is that? What I've never.
You never?
After that.
Yeah, this is another tactic trying to get her to soften up. Now she goes, now, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink? And I say, have you never done anything wrong? She says, I have. I say, mortal sin? Yes. And?
Good. So when she asks you that question, what is the question she asked you before you say,
now, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink? And I say, have you never done anything wrong?
Right. And what I want you to do is to take a breath to answer that question she's going to ask you, and then stop yourself and then take the new tact. See what I'm saying?
Say this one more time. Take a breath and say it again.
In other words, what's the line she says to you? Again.
Now, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
Now you go immediately to go to respond to that, and then stop yourself from a response, because it's going to be the same response that you've been giving to every other tactic, and then change your tactic with that energy of the pause that you're actually in. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. Good. Donald wine to drink. Did you give Donald wine to drink? What is that, Mel? Where
I
is
say it 3 times.
Okay, this this is after have you never done anything wrong?
Right.
Yep.
Because she says she did do she mortal sin, and then she says he says and she says I confessed it, and then she asks the question, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink again?
Great. I don't know what I meant by there. I'll have to get you later.
And then I say, whatever I have done, I have left in the healing hands of my confessor, as have you. We are the same. She says, we are not the same.
Yeah.
And then she goes on, we are not the same. A dog that bites is a dog that bites. I do not justify what I do wrong and go on. I admit it, desist, and take my medicine. Did you give Donald Muller wine to drink again? She asked me.
Right.
And I say no. She says, mental reservation? I say no. We had a question about that.
Okay.
Because when she says mental reservation, is that because he's hesitating and she says, You know, like mental reservation, meaning, are you thinking about it?
Read me into it.
You want to do from we are not. Well, how about whatever I have done from there, Mel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Whatever I have done, I have left in the healing hands of my confessor, as have you. We are the same.
We are not the same. A dog that bites is a dog that bites. I do not justify what I do wrong and go on. I admit it. Desist and take my medicine. Did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
No.
Mental reservation?
No.
You lie. Very well then.
Good. So yeah, mental reservation, and it turns out to be a rhetorical question. No, right? Answer your question when he does it, but give it the full value of that.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I am, Mel. Yeah, give it the full value. It turns out to be it's an accidental rhetorical question because he doesn't answer it. You answer it for him with the complete.
Right, you lie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Good. That's great. That was good. You guys were using that energy and took that right into there. What is the line? You will lose. You will lose.
Yeah. I finally say, I can fight you. She says, you will lose. I say, you can't know that. She says, I know. And then I say, where's your compassion?
Okay, good. Yeah, really. Start that. Run that little section right from there.
Oh, Lordy Law, where is it?
It's page.
I don't have the page numbers.
It's
John.
it's the end of the scene, Mel. It's right before your last monologue. Actually, if you do it, maybe if you do it before, like you are a cheat, the warm feeling you experienced when that boy looked at you. That's the monologue before your last monologue.
That's at the end?
Yeah, the end of the scene.
Yeah, this is near the end.
This is the very end of the scene. It's the last page.
I've got a dog that bites.
No, further down. It's further down. It's the last page of the scene.
So give me the lines again.
It's where I say that
You will request a transfer from this parish. Is that what you're talking?
No, it's where I say that child needed a friend, and you say you are a cheat. The warm feeling you experience. You also say because
that's closer to the beginning.
No, this is the end. This is. No,
I'm looking for it. What my note is with the line you will lose.
Right.
So
it's where I say, Mel, I can fight you. You say you will lose. I say you can't know that. I know. Where's your compassion? Know where you can get at it. Stay here. Compose yourself. Use the phone. This is right before that.
We are not the same. A dog that bites is a dog that bites.
So
we did mental reservations.
No. It's where you say your line at the top of the page is because you smile at him and sympathize with him and talk to him as if you were the same. And then I say that child needed a friend.
That's close higher up.
Well, start there then.
No, I don't.
I don't find it.
Oh.
Well,
I know it was right near the end of the scene. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's further down.
My last note.
A dog that bites. It's the next page, Mel. After a dog that bites. It's further down. I'm telling you, it's right before the end of the scene.
Oh, I lost the page. Sorry about this. I'm so sorry. I lost a page because for some reason it went into.
Okay, let's go. Here we
You
go.
have it now?
Tell her where you want to start, John.
You have it now, Mel?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Why don't we do it from that child needed a friend? My line.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And why are we doing this? Just remind me, Bill.
Well, I want to be reminded of what I'm the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
That child needed a friend.
You are a cheat. The warm feeling you experienced when that boy looked at you with trust was not the sensation of virtue. It can be got by a drunkard from his tot of rum. You're a disgrace to the collar. The only reason you haven't been thrown out of the church is the decline in vocations.
I can fight you.
You will lose.
Good, John. So new tactic, right? You don't know what to say. you have to take it as an aggressive, not dramatic, but I can fight you. You're going to be in deep shit. I can fucking fight you. And I think you got to put a little fuck in there, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that not that you have to say it strong or dramatically, but that has to be in there, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to fuck him right back and say that line again, John. Go.
I can fight you.
You will lose.
You can't know that.
Good. See, that's it right there. That's really it for both of you right there. That's exactly how simple and how complicated it is. Make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah,
Okay.
it's less is more. Less is more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially, I mean, if your character becomes dramatic, it's redundant to her rigid nature. She has to be completely and 100% confident of everything that she says. That's absolute, and you can't break through that. And that's, and God knows, John, your character tries, and actually the character is so much that character that I don't know what to say. I don't know how, it just, that's your state. Once she gets that state, I think it's going to be easier for you, but it cannot be a dramatic fight. It's not. It's all on one side. It just keeps, it's like running into a wall over and over and over again. And you just have to love being that wall, Mel, because
Yeah.
it is, that wall is what protects the child. So I'm not thinking of it as a wall as a negative thing. I'm saying it's the wall that protects every child that I come in contact with.
Okay, good.
Great. Good, guys. Good work. Come on back, everybody.
Bill, with Mel's character, I don't remember the play, but so you're saying her personality, she's very dogmatic, right? And it's throughout the whole, no,
Yeah.
and so it's throughout the whole play.
Yes.
When you get a character like that,
Yes.
you have, I mean, so it's not like one note.
Yes.
But how do you find those other notes?
Well, the great part about it is the adamancy is the limitation that allows you to create. You know what I mean? That's my limitation, is that I can't be anything but sure of what I am. Okay, that's my, all right. So now I can do anything else within the context of that framework. It's not like saying, oh my God, am I just going to be one note? Well, you're going to be one note if you want to be one note, but that's not the answer. The answer is, in fact, I am adamant. That is my limitation. What forms of expression can I find that secure my limitation? You know?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the creative aspect of it. That's what's fun about it. Different actresses will choose completely different choices to secure that. But spiritually, that's what she's trying to do every time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everybody always says, well, I'm so limited. And I go, yeah. That's why the creative part is so much fun. Tighten my limitation and tighten my limitation. I'm going to have more fun trying to crack what that limitation is and make it human. You know, that's great. You know, but you give me all the leeway in the world and I'm just confused. You know, I don't know. Should I do this? Should I do that? It's like, oh, I have to stay within these four walls. Oh my God, my mind can't go outside. Think of your mind as the square of your picture. My mind will, and Mel's character's mind will not go outside of that square. But look at how much room there is inside of that square. That's what I'm saying.
It's tough though. It's very tough.
Well, but you're precluding the fact that the woman enjoys who she is, that the woman thinks that she's doing so much good, that she's one of the most positive forces, if not the most positive force in the rectory, to save children's lives, to keep people safe, to make sure this crap, I mean, wow, that's a lot of good shit. A lot of good shit. So that's what I'm saying is, anytime you find this sort of strict limitation, then what you want to really find is what can I create within that limitation that makes that limitation very positive for me. Right? That's good. I mean, that's good that I am that way, because if I were to come out of myself, then I would have to consider somebody else's point of view, and then I might not always be right.
Mhm. It's a good
And-
exercise.
And
Yes,
unless
it's fabulous exercise.
unless a child has somebody like that as their protector, they're vulnerable.
So she has that's point of view has to be so strong
Yes,
that then you can go outside of that box.
yes,
See, but that's what confuses me. She's like this through the whole show
yes.
until the last scene, and all of a sudden she's saying how much doubt she has.
Mhm.
So how can she actually do that when in the back of her mind she doesn't believe any of that?
Well, my God, isn't that what we do every day in our lives, Cindy? I mean,
I
you know, we say things to people like, yeah, I'm gonna get that done. And I swear to God, when I say that, half the time I have no idea how I'm gonna get done or whether I'm capable of getting it done.
Okay.
But God damn it, I'm gonna get it done, you know? And I usually do.
Mel and I were talking about this too, somewhat. And Mel, tell them about what you said about the scene where
I
she.
think there's one scene where she shows her vulnerability. Nobody is there,
Mhm,
but
of
she's
course.
tending a rose bush.
Yes.
And when a brother or a
yeah.
friar comes out and says, "What are you doing?" and she says, "I'm protecting it from the frost."
Mhm.
And that to me is very telling that, by herself, this woman is not one note, but she
No.
sounds like one note.
No. The note that she is her protection and the protection for the people that she
Right.
protects. But
Yeah.
she is not a one note person. But whenever she's dealing with this, and she is dealing with this issue in this scene, then she uses that to her full advantage.
Mhm.
That is her advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
I've worked, obviously in the theater, I've worked with a lot of people who fall into this category. And I only work with them once. I don't know how to get through somebody who will not hear what I'm trying to say, who will only see their individual point of view. But I work with a lot of people who are like that. Once.
Once. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't, there's nothing I can do to deal with that. And the other thing about it is, and this is also key maybe for you, John, to understand, is that this character walks on eggshells around this woman. You know, and that woman in her power structure knows that people all walk on eggshells around her, and she wants them to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And that's a positive thing for her when she feels that. So it's not playing a negative. She's playing a positive by being who she is. It's crazy. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Her negative behavior is her positive way of existing in a horrible world that she has to exist in.
This
Because
is exciting. It's exciting, Mel, to see this too. I can't wait to see it all.
yeah. It's a stretch for Mel, because Mel is such a wonderful, giving, open. Well, we all love
Happy
Mel. So
person.
yeah. So but the one good thing about it is what she has to do is a subtraction process, and that's not hard when you're acting. Subtracting what subtracting empathy is much easier for an actor than adding empathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay. All right, good. So,
Thanks,
hey, Rob, how are you? Welcome. Welcome.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Good to see you guys.
Hey, Rob.
Good to see you guys
Hey,
too.
guys.
All right, let's. Are we doing you and Anj tonight?
Me and Anj and me and Cam.
Okay.
Cam rather. Cam.
Okay.
Sorry, Cam.
Let's do you and Anj right now.
Okay, let me get
All
this
right.
script up. Hold on.
Good work, John and Mel, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good start on it, but no.
Well, we'll learn the lines for when we come back again.
Oh, that'd be super.
Yeah.
That would be really super. And you got a good way to go now. Try to attach those experiences to those lines.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I'm ready, Anj, whenever you are.
Okay.
Check.
Wait,
You
Cam is
ready?
a blank. Wait, I want to get Cam. Cam, where are you, honey?
Oh, trying to plug in oh, there it goes. My charger was off and my computer was running down. So
Well, I could see it all over your face. Okay, click off. Thank you.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, my charger runs down all the time myself.
Oops, wait a minute. Losing control of the screen, getting control of the screen, off.
Thank you.
I'm ready.
Okay,
All
kids.
right. So
Here
I'm
we
gonna
go.
look away.
God, what happened to you? Are you all right?
Everything's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Stitches this time?
A scratch.
And your hip?
A sprain. A sprain.
Dad, what happened? Why didn't you call me? Another fight, right? You got into another fight, didn't you?
What fight? I don't fight.
How about 4 weeks ago? How about attacking that poor butcher at Gristides? What was that?
I didn't attack the butcher. I attacked the meat. That was because of the prices.
He said you shoved all the meat off his display counter with your cane.
It was a demonstration. There were 30 people in the store. I was trying to rally them.
Good, I want to go back. So, Rob, it looks like you're trying to explain yourself, all right? And I don't want him to try to explain himself because he's the kind of character similar to what Mel is playing in the previous scene that doesn't feel he has to explain himself at all. He only has to give, what's the line about the meat? What's the line about the meat that you have? What is it? I wasn't attacking them. I was attacking.
I wasn't. I didn't attack the butcher. I attacked some patch the meat.
Make that a fact instead of a dramatic reply. What's the fact? Tell me the fact.
The fact is, I attacked the meat. I didn't attack the butcher.
Yeah, I attacked the meat. I didn't attack the butcher. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean is that's all he's got to say is he doesn't have to dramatically defend himself. Actually, it's very interesting. Very similar to what we just talked about with Mel.
Right.
Once you start to dramatically try to, it's almost like I don't believe you as much. I don't believe your beliefs as much. Why? What are you arguing for? We think the man doth protest too much. See, when you're protesting in an argument, it's like you're defending yourself, and you're not defending yourself. You're just giving the facts. I didn't attack them. I attacked the meat.
Can you give me just 2 seconds? I just need to do something.
Oh, okay. Was it something I said? Hans, you're a little close up. Can you back away a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and lower your screen a little bit. Yeah, that's better.
Okay,
Thanks.
how about if I come like that? Is that
No,
okay?
you look. Yeah, that's fine. You look great.
Okay, great.
Okay.
It's like 80 degrees in my apartment. I had to turn the air conditioning on.
Nice. Well, it ain't 80 degrees outside the apartment. I'll tell you that.
I know.
All right, here we go. Let's go back to the top. And remember, you don't have to be dramatic. You have to just tell me the facts. I wasn't fighting. It's not I wasn't fighting. I'm defending myself. I wasn't fighting. Okay, that's it. Okay, just the facts. Here we go.
Are you on?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see it. I don't see
guess
you.
she's waiting for you to turn. Oh, yeah, he's on.
Oh, I
on.
don't see it. I don't see
I'm
you.
on.
Shit. Okay. All right. I'll just say the line. I can't see you. God, what happened? Are you all right?
Everything's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Stitches this time?
A scratch.
Your hip?
A sprain. A sprain.
Dad, what happened? Why didn't you call me? Another fight, right? You got into another fight, didn't you?
What fights? I don't fight.
Oh, how about 4 weeks ago? How about attacking that poor butcher at Gristides? What was that?
I didn't attack the butcher. I attacked the meat. That was because of the prices.
He said you shoved all the meat off his display counter with your cane.
It was a demonstration. There were 30 people in the store. I was trying to rally them. The meat shoving was an illustration.
The meat hit the butcher and you threw out your hip. Also, the chances of starting a commune on 72nd and Broadway are slightly slim. What happened this time, Dad?
A young boy, confused, disadvantaged, a victim of society.
A mugger. You fought with a mugger. Of course. Of course, it was the next step. My God.
We were talking. We reached an impasse.
That's it. No more. I can't let this happen anymore. I let it go. I've been irresponsible. You have to be watched. I'm not letting you out of my sight, Dad.
Stop this. You're frightening me.
I'm frightening you. I live in terror. The phone will ring, the police, the hospital. My God. It was quiet for a month, but I should have known. This guy Danford calls me this morning, and I know you're on the loose again.
Oh, good. He called.
Oh, he called all right. Tell Hertzfo that the Carter matter is settled. I reached the committee. Reisman said to call. Jesus. Hertzfo again? Hertzfo on the march again? I take it you're Reisman?
That was yesterday.
And tomorrow, who? And tomorrow, what? I came to tell you, it's the last time. No more calls, no more doing.
You covered, didn't you?
Yes. Yes. Once again. Once again. Of course, in 1 year, I've been the headquarters for the 8th Congressional District, CBS News, the Institute for Freudian Studies, and the United Consumers Protection Agency.
Ah, yes, the UCPA.
UCPA. CPA. Look, Dad.
What happened to you? My own daughter has forgotten what a principal is.
What principle? There's no principle here. It's fraud. Personal daily fraud. A one-man reign of terror. And I'm the one who gets terrorized, never knowing who the hell I'm supposed to be every time some poor sucker calls my office. A principal? You mean when that panic-stricken manager of the Fine Arts Theater called thinking there was going to be a congressional investigation because he showed German movies? I still don't understand how you convinced him you were a congressman.
What? You never heard of an elder statesman before?
There's no such thing as a floating congressional district.
It's because he didn't know that he deserved it. That and showing it movies by ex-Nazis. These people think that nobody notices. Clara.
No more. It's over. Today was my last cover. That's what I came to tell you. Little did I know you were also back in combat again.
I'm sorry, I got
search this. Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I got completely lost. I don't know what page I'm on.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning anyway. Let's go back to the top.
You want to start from the very start?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so this is what I felt happened, right? With basically what I asked you to do was that I felt that you took the energy of the character and backed off because you were afraid of going too far with that. And that isn't what I'm saying to you. So what I'm saying to you is you don't say something to me, Ange, like you never do this or you never do that, or say something.
You've never done this and you never do that. And, when I came home yesterday, you weren't there. What the hell?
I always do that and I always do this and I'm always there when you come home. That's arguing. That's arguing. Say the same thing again.
You never do this and you never do that. And when I come home, I never see what you've done.
Right. You never do this, you never do that. But when you come home, that's what happens. You see the difference? I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you my facts. And I have a really strong fucking point of view about it. Right. So what I want to do, I want to start it again. And I want you to do the fuck exercise with it. Okay. This will give you the point of view without having to be dramatic. We did this before, I know, but I think we need to take this step back, Okay, so let's go back and try it once again. Here we go. Yeah.
God, what happened? Are you all right?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So Rob, so I'm fucking fine. I'm fucking fine. That's what I want you to say. Okay, I want you to
Okay,
use
all
the
right.
fuck, right? I don't feel like it's a crutch or anything. But
Right.
what I'm saying to you is you need that strength of that point, that quiet, confident strength of point of view. You're sure of yourself. So put that fuck in there to make it sure that we're sure of yourself. Go, Anj.
God, what happened? Are you all right?
Everything's fucking fine. Don't fucking worry. Don't fucking worry.
Stitches this time?
A fucking scratch.
Your hip?
A fucking sprain. A fucking sprain.
Dad, what happened? Why didn't you call me? Another fight, right? You got into another fight, didn't you?
What fucking fights? I don't fucking fight.
Well, how about 4 weeks ago? How about attacking that poor butcher at Christie's? What was that?
I didn't attack the fucking butcher. I attacked the fucking meat. That was because of the fucking prices.
Said you shoved all the meat off his display counter with your cane.
It was a fucking demonstration. There were 30 people in the fucking store. I was trying to rally them. The meat shoving was a fucking illustration.
The meat hit the butcher and you threw out your hip. Also, the chances of starting a commune on 72nd and Broadway are slightly slim. What happened this time, Dad?
Well, fucking young boy, fucking confused, disadvantaged, a fucking victim of society.
A mugger.
Hmm.
You fought with a mugger. Of course it was the next step. Thank God.
We were fucking talking. We reached a fucking impasse.
No, that's it. No more. I can't let this happen. I let it go. I've been irresponsible. You have to be watched. I'm not letting you out of my sight, Dad.
Stop this. You're fucking frightening me.
Oh, I'm frightening you, huh? I live in terror. The phone will ring, the police, the hospital. My God, it was quiet for a month, but I should have known. This guy, Danford, calls me this morning and I know you're on the loose.
Oh, good. He fucking called.
Oh, he calls all right. Tell Hertzbo that the Carter matter is settled. I reached the committee. Reisman said to call. Hertzbo on the march again? I take it you're Reisman.
That was yesterday.
Tomorrow who? And tomorrow what? I came to tell you it's the last time. No more calls.
You covered. Didn't you?
Yes. Once again. Christ, in 1 year, I've been the headquarters for the 8th Congressional District, CBS News, the Institute for Freudian Studies, and the United Consumers Protection Agency.
Ah, yes. The UCP fucking A.
UCPA. Look, Dad,
What happened to you? My own fucking daughter has forgotten what a fucking principle is.
what principle? There's no principle here. It's fraud. Personal daily fraud, a one-man reign of terror, and I'm the one who gets terrorized, never knowing who the hell I'm supposed to be every time some poor sucker calls my office. A principal? Oh, you mean when that panic-stricken manager of the Fine Arts Theater called thinking there was going to be a congressional investigation because he showed German movies? I still don't understand how you convinced him you were a congressman.
What? You never saw a fucking elder statesman before?
But there's no such thing as a floating congressional district.
It's because he fucking didn't know that he deserved it. That and showing fucking Nazi movies, these people think that nobody notices. Claire.
No more. It's over. Today was my last cover. That's what I came to tell you. Oh, little did I know you were also back in combat again. I searched this park for 2 hours looking. What happened? You're not giving speeches at the Bethesda Fountain anymore?
Why should I? So you can fucking find me there? Shut me the fuck up? Embarrass me?
Oh, it's me who embarrasses you?
Exactly. Hushing me up like I'm a babbling fucking child.
Embarrassment. Let's talk about embarrassment, okay? 3 weeks ago, I come back to my office after lunch and they tell me my parole officer has been looking for me.
Retaliation. It was fucking important to see what it's like to be pursued, watched, fucking guarded. You do frighten me, Mrs. fucking Gelder. You do frighten me. You know, I'm afraid of what you do out of what you think is love, coming to the fucking fountain once a week. It's not stop me from talking. That's not so bad. It's the fucking test questions.
I don't.
The test questions to see if I'm too old. Checking on the fucking arteries. Do you remember what you did fucking yesterday, Dad? Tell me what you had for lunch today, fucking Dad. One fucking wrong answer, you wrap me up in a deck chair and you mail me to fucking Florida. 2 mistakes and you put me in a fucking home for the forgettable. I know this. My greatest fear is that someday soon I will wake the fuck up silly. That time will take my fucking brain and you will take me. That you would put me in a place, a home, or worse, your fucking house, Siberia and fucking Great Neck. You know, very little frightens me, as you know. Just that. Only what you will fucking do.
Dad.
I don't enter the fucking door anymore when you come. That's why. I watch through the hole in the fucking door and I wait for you to go fucking away. That's why I moved from the fountain. Clara, that's why next week you won't find me fucking here either.
You don't understand. I care. Someone has to watch out for you. Jack doesn't care, or Ben or Carol. They don't even speak to you anymore.
Good. God fucking bless them. Lovely fucking children. Lovely fucking distant children.
This isn't fair, Dad. I don't deserve this.
Dad, who's this fucking dad you refer to? When did that start? I'm a fucking pop. A pop or a fucking papa. Like I always was. You say dad, I keep looking around for the gentleman with the fucking pipe.
Okay. Why don't I just call you Dr. Engels then? Did you really think you fooled me? Dr. Engels, the therapist? Dr. Engels from the Socialist Club? Really now?
Why did you keep writing all those fucking letters to him?
Normal conversation with you is hopeless. Seemed like the best way to reach you, and I sent Dr. Engels 12 letters in 2 months. I said everything I felt.
Smart. Smart fucking girl. Or at least you're still fucking smart. Even though the passions are gone, even though the fucking ideals have fucking evaporated.
Stop.
I remember when you fucking believed in the world that didn't belong to the highest fucking bidder.
That old song. Stop.
This, of course, was before you went to the fucking Park East real estate. Before you gave up Marx and Lenin for fucking Bergdorf and fucking Goodman.
Jesus, at least get a new set of records.
Look at you. Look what you fucking have become. Queen of the fucking condominiums. Peasant skirts for $200. Betrayer of your namesake.
Goddamn name.
Fucking Clara Lemlich. Who stood for something?
You gave me the name. I had no choice.
Ah, Clara Lemlich, who stood for fucking something and stood up for fucking it.
Oh, now you're rolling now.
Yeah, Cooper Union, 9th November, 19
Only 8.
I'm only fucking 8. A shirtwaist makers are there. Thousands of fucking them.
You're standing in back with your father.
I'm fucking standing in back with my father. He holds me up just so I can fucking see. A meeting has been called to protest fucking conditions. Domper speaks. And fucking Mary Dreyer. Pankin and Meyer London all speak well with the passion, but none with the fucking courage to call a general strike. All speak of the fucking bosses who value property above life and fucking profits above people, but all speak with caution.
Until suddenly,
Until fucking suddenly, from the back of the hall, just near us, rises a fucking skinny girl. A fucking teenager. She raises up into the fucking platform. This little girl, she raises up unafraid among the great ones. She shouts in fucking Yiddish to the thousands. This fucking girl, with the power of inspiration. This girl is fucking Clara Lemlich. I am a working girl, one of those striking against intolerable conditions. I am tired of fucking listening to speakers. I offer a resolution that a general strike be fucking called now. A moment of shock, and then the crowd screams. Feet pound the floor. The chairman Feigerbaum calls for a second. The thousands cry, second. In one fucking voice, Feigerbaum trembles. He shouts to the hall, do you mean this in good faith? Will you take the fucking Jewish oath? 3,000's hands are raised. My fucking father is holding me up. His hands are not free. Raise your hand, boy. Raise your fucking hand for us, and I will say the fucking oath. My hand goes up. I feel his heart beating at my back as my father, with a fucking 1,000 chance to solemn oath. If I turn traitor to the cause, I fucking now pledge, may this hand wither from the arm I fucking raise. Again, there is silence in the fucking hall.
and then Feigenbaum shouts,
And Feigenbaum shouts, a general fucking strike has been called. 32 fucking years later, December 41, Roosevelt vows vengeance upon the fascists, and the next day you are fucking born with a powerful fucking scream at Kings County Hospital. I say to your mother, Ethel, this sounds to me like fucking Clara Lemlich. This is the name.
and this is the passion you were born with. Feeney.
And 40 fucking years later, you have turned into my own personal fucking KGB.
Go to hell.
I can't. You'll fucking follow me.
Clara, Clara, Clara. It's not a name. It's a curse. The cause, the goddamn cause. Everybody else gets a two-wheeler when they're 10. I got Das Kapital in paperback. On Sundays, you sent me out for Bagels and Lox and the Weekly Daily Reader. I put it in the bag so half of Flatbush Avenue won't point at me. Kids avoiding me, fights at school, daughter of the Reds. My friend Sally, my only friend, we're down in the street one Saturday morning. She tells me she believes in God. I'm confused. I run upstairs to the Central Committee. Pop, Sally Marcus believes in God. What should I tell her? I tell her she'll get over it, you say. I tell her, she tells her mother, and the next day I've got no one on the block to play with. Alone again, alone.
Unfair. This isn't fucking fair. Lady, you believed in your own things, and I loved you for it. You gave up on the fucking party. I respected you. The civil rights, the anti-war. You fucking marched. You fucking demonstrated. You spoke. That was you. Nobody fucking made you. You loved it.
I did love it.
You fucking changed.
No, I just noticed the world didn't.
First it was me, then it was the fucking world. It's nice to know who you can fucking blame. 10 years, and what have you fucking done?
What have I done?
Yeah.
I got married and had 2 children and lived a life. I got smarter and fought battles I knew I could win. That's what I've done.
Lovely. And now, at last, everybody on the fucking block plays with you, don't they? Yes, all the fucking kids play with you now. You married fucking Ricky, the smiling fucking radiologist. He overcharged his way into a house in fucking Great Neck, where your children, as far as I can see, firmly believe in fucking cable television. They'll fight to the death for it, and all the kids play with them too. It's a new fucking utopia. Everybody plays with everybody. My fucking enemies, I keep up. My fucking enemies, I don't forget. I cherish them like I cherish my fucking friends, and I know what to do.
And what's that? What the hell do you do? Lead raids on lamb chops at Christides? Oh God, it's all so easy for you. I almost envy you. You always know what side to be on because you fight old battles, old battles. battle is over. Comrade, didn't you notice? Nothing's happened, nothing's changed. And the masses, have you checked your beloved masses lately? I don't give a crap. Are you listening?
Good.
That's it.
Good, guys. Good. So, Rob, I let it go the whole time because I really wanted you to start to get used to it. Tell me, how did it make you feel?
It definitely felt better. I felt a little bit flatter. I mean, a little bit, just saying it, directly. And it took me a while to get into it. I have to admit, I just raced here, so I was a little bit uncentered. I wasn't grounded, and I wasn't expecting to go on so quickly. But it's a challenging scene. But I was able to. I felt better, definitely with it. It took me a little while just to get into it, but I think I did.
I agree. I think you took a little fucking longer than I wanted. By the time you got to Bergdorf and Goodman, whatever fucking, you were like that. I want you to watch the playback on that. It was simple. It was adamant. It had a very strong point of view. Sections of Clara's speech when Clara actually fucking speak. And the powerful thing she said, you started to get it there. That's what I want you to look at.
Okay.
Because, and the other part about it is he's got to fucking enjoy his fucking point of view as well. Right? It's not only having the fucking point of view, it's knowing that she says, this is a very telling line. You always know what side to be on because you stick to your old beliefs. You always know what side. See what I mean? She used the word always know. That's what I mean. It's that much.
Right.
You realize that you're the whole reason for you coming to see him in the park is that you were telling him that this is it. We're done. We're over. And then you get there and then this thing happens on top of what you were going to tell him. Amazing. When you do your big monologue about your name, Clara, it is so good. It is so clear. It is so clear it is coming from an experience that you remember. When you're doing the experiences and talking about the experiences in the past earlier in the piece, that sense of the experience happening to you is not as good as it is in your monologue. It's dramatic, but it's not something that happened to you, right?
Okay.
That monologue now is something that really happened to you. I mean, I believe you're taking it from the visual memory of what happened to you. In the earlier things, because you list a lot of experiences in the past. You're listing them very dramatically, and they usually always come out with the same dramatic tempo. But if you list them as an experience, each experience is going to have a different color to it, as opposed to just dramatic experience. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Great. So those are the two things that you guys both need to work on to make that even better. Okay.
Great.
All right.
Come on back, everybody.
Thanks, Rob.
Oh, thank you, Anj.
Good. Come on back. So, you guys, Mel, do you see the thing that I'm doing with Rob there? Right. If he's dramatic, it's not exciting at all. But if he's absolutely sure of everything, then the poor daughter doesn't know how to do it. The dynamics of that scene are very similar to completely different things, but see the similarity.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, great. Good. Thank God for the fuck exercise. I mean, it's just astounding how it works every time, right? And also, Rob, you've got to remember to fucking put it in there to fucking begin with. Now that you do it, I would keep practicing with it, and then take it away, then sub-vocalize it. But don't forget to sub-vocalize it. Just because you do the exercise doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you unless you sub-vocalize it when you're actually doing it. That's when you know you've really got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. All right, let's go to Cam. All right.
Yeah, I had actually wanted to start, should I do birthday party second? I'd wanted to start with it because I had my hair up in rollers, but
Okay,
I'll do it second.
all right. We're going to start with the monologue then.
Okay.
All right.
Did you need me to stay on book or are you okay?
Yes, I do need you to stay on. book.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up. Hold on. I gotta pull it up.
Okay, and I have a little bit of a problem here. Yeah, I do need you to stay on book, and I have a problem here, which is that I have, for some reason, I can't seem to pull up the rewrites, so
Oh,
I may lose the rewrites. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, yes, I do want to do that. Have you got him up, John?
No, not yet. Give me a second. I'm getting there.
Okay.
This was under.
Yes, Norman.
Oh, boy.
Okay, don't make any noise when you leave because I'm working now. Okay.
I can't remember what the heading of this was.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'll find it. I have it here, but go ahead. I'll
Okay, don't worry about it. If I can't find it,
we'll start over. We'll figure it
if
out.
I can't find, if I lose the scroll or something like that,
I'll go back to your email and pick it
Okay.
up. But you
No.
start. I'm sure. Yeah.
okay. Um, Buongiorno, signorine. These lovely sisters have arranged for me to speak to you students, the future of our country. My name is Lydia Menapace. Excuse me. It is just allergies. But nevertheless, I wish that more of you were wearing masks. We need to be very careful now. Some of you may have heard rumors that the virus is just a little flu. That is not true. It can be deadly. As you probably know, Menapace means one who brings peace in our beautiful Italian language. I have always tried to live up to my name, to bring peace. But I drew the line when it came to the fascists and the Nazis. Va bene. Va bene. The nuns have finally gone. We are alone at last. As I was saying, I drew the line when it came to the fascists and the Nazis, but also the male chauvinists. I was asked here today to tell you to be obedient, to follow the Catholic doctrine. Between you and me, the church was complicit and it's shameful. I'm ordinarily a pacifist, but there are circumstances when fighting oppression is what I had to do, what you must do. Can you please put your phones down for a minute and listen to what I have to say? During the war, I did not go on TikTok and Instagram. No, I hid explosives under my dress and had to memorize coded messages. I slipped maps and anti-fascist papers inside Bibles. I rode my bike to deliver messages and medicine to wounded partisans hiding in the mountains. I took so many risks. I could have been killed and maimed at any moment. Do you think I got any credit for this? No. After the war, I became invisible. Have any of you ever heard of me? No, I didn't think so. And do you know why? It is because I am a woman. Even the committee who invited me here doesn't know anything about me. But the church has files on everyone. So to play it safe, I give them a fake name, and they think I am just a nice little old lady who lives down the street. That is one advantage of being old. Everyone underestimates you. Well, enough about me. What about you? Have any of you ever heard men say good things about you? Cat calls, obscene gestures. Ah, I see quite a lot of hands up. No surprise there. Anyone on the way to school this morning? Yeah, more than half. That's how it all starts, and it only gets worse from then on. A woman in Italy is murdered every 3 days. Every 3 days. This is a Catholic country. And a lot of the violence stems from the attitude of the church. Plus, these pigs like Trump and Berlusconi in positions of power, they have no respect for women, and they show other men that they can treat women like garbage and get away with it. When I was in school, my teachers made me praise Il Duce. But when I got home, my mother had me tear up school papers which claimed I was an elite member of the Aryan race. She said, "We are not animals. Don't let them turn you into an animal, Lydia." I hope you will all think critically about what they teach you here. I was slightly older than you when I joined the resistance at 19. I organized jailbreaks and stored bombs in my basement. They could have arrested and tortured me at any moment like they did to my father, but that never stopped me. The resistance tried to erase women like me. They took away everything, power, credit, and eventually even the memory of what we did. This went against everything my mother had tried to instill in me. So when the war ended, I threw myself into fighting not just the fascists and the Nazis, but all forms of oppression. I was the first woman to be elected to the Bolzano Provincial Council, and I served in the Italian Senate. I fought to legalize divorce and abortion because I don't want women and girls like you to be trapped in a life sentence marriage. My mother taught me to be economically independent. She said, get rid of any husband you're not happy with. I refused to cook for my El Genio unless he did the grocery shopping. I encourage you to do the same. Why am I telling you all this? Because sometimes in life you need to make sacrifices for the common good. Now you must use the same determination to eradicate the virus. They asked me if I felt safe coming here now, but who knows what tomorrow will bring. My time is running out. I cannot afford to wait. I made sacrifices. Now you must do the same. All of you, and especially those of you who live with your grandparents, please wear a mask. Don't be reckless and hang out in crowds. And please, when the vaccine becomes available, run. Don't walk to get it. Don't let us nonas die. If you do, there will be blood on your delicate hands, and you will never be able to remove the stain.
Good. What the line, don't let us known-us dies. What does that mean?
Grandparents.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, good. Good. Couple of things. The last beat is terrific. The very last beat is absolutely terrific. You really worked on that from last week, and it really works great. One of the things that's still not quite as clear is even when you say goodbye to the nuns, you say, "Hey, va bene," right? You say, "Yeah, right. Hey, right." It's Italian for what? Goodbye. See you later.
No, it's actually okay.
Okay, va bene, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I say va bene. I should
Yes.
do this va
Or
bene.
it's going well, it's good.
va bene. Hey, good, good. Hey, good. Va bene. Now you watch them go. They close the door. What's your first line?
The nuns have finally gone.
The nuns have finally gone. Now and so the direction of your speech has got to change, has got to go. Now I'm going to talk to you exactly the way I want to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you woman to woman. I'm not going to have these nuns in between us. You've got to know that I'm going to talk to you woman to woman, because it's all about being a woman. This woman is so far ahead of her time. You know, it's amazing. And so it's all about the strength of women. And once the nuns go, which are really pawns of the priests, nuns are pawns, they're not really women, right? Then you do that selfo thing, which is absolutely great. They're ignoring you. Listen to what so then you use that same energy, Cam, to say, you're looking at cell phones, but I did this, and you're looking at cell phones, but I did this, and I did this, and I did this. This is what you should be doing. This is what women should be doing. That's got to be really clear. It's got to be much stronger than you're making it. Okay?
Okay.
Right? And then finally, you're done with your rant, right? And the rant is really about how everybody underestimates women. Right? And then you look at a group of women students and he goes, what about you? Huh? What about you women is what you're really saying. And all you're doing is telling, what about you? Do people harass you on them? Yes, see, because you're a woman. Do people do this? Yes, see, because you're a woman. So
now, Bill, the direction you had given me before was that was when I was playing with them.
Yes,
Oh,
I know that.
That was sort of call and response. No.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, it is. Do that little section. What about you? Take it right from there.
Okay, I have lost my script. Okay, I'll see what I know of it. Well, enough about me. What about you?
Yeah.
Have any of you do you have the script now?
I
John?
do, yeah, I have it right in
well,
front of me.
well, enough about me. What about you? Have any of you ever heard men say rude things to you?
Good. Not so.
Catcalls, obscene gestures.
Yeah, good. So have any of you ever heard
men
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean about being playful, but it's pointed playfulness. You know, in other words, you are playing with them, but you're doing it for a point. So say that one again. What about you?
So, well, enough about me. What about you? Have any of you ever heard men say rude things to you? Catcalls?
Make that dirtier. Catcalls. Make it dirtier.
Catcalls.
Yes.
Obscene gestures. I see quite a few hands up.
Right, and you expected to see quite a few hands. I see quite a few hands up. Yeah. You understand. You understand. That's what you're really saying. Now go on from there.
I see quite a few hands up. No surprise there. Anyone on the way to school this morning?
Yeah, right. So now make it anyone on the way to school this morning where they fucked you.
Half. A woman in Italy is murdered every 3 days. Every 3 days. This is a Catholic country. And a lot of the violence comes from the attitude of the church.
Yes.
Line.
Good,
Bless
Cam,
these
good.
pigs.
Good, absolutely. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. My mother was a feminist. That's the first time I heard that from today is, I mean, even my mother, a whole generation before me was the person who taught me this.
From the attitude, plus these pigs like Trump and Berlusconi in positions of power. They have no respect for women. They show other men that they can treat women like garbage and get away with it. When I was in school, my teachers made me praise Il Duce. But when I got home, my mother had me tear up school papers, which claimed that I was an elite member of the Aryan race. She said, "We are not animals. Don't let them turn you into an animal, Lydia."
And that's what you're really saying to those girls. Don't let them turn you into an animal. That's really what you're saying to those girls as well. And I love that. That's the passion that you need to really make that. Fight all forms of oppression, women. You fight all forms of oppression that come against you, even the nuns, because the nuns are part of that form of oppression.
Okay, so here I go into, okay, but so I can, this isn't quite the same as the driving thing before. This is more like female power, which I get from my mother.
Yes,
this is like the boy, this is like a boy talking about his wonderful mother. This is, I get it from my mother.
yes, that could not have been me without my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She's the one, yes, exactly. You must listen to me and you must be this way. That's exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
Good, Cam. Good work. Good. It's coming along great. What I'm saying is, once those nuns leave the room, the editor goes off of her and she goes, listen, this is good. They're gone. Now I can really tell you the truth. Completely uncouched from there.
Okay. And Bill, okay, so okay. And the next time I do it, I think what I'll do is I'll go in between driving and I'll drive at the end because that's what I was doing.
Yeah, that really works at the end. Yeah. And you don't have to drive it so much. The driving would be one point after another point after another point that would just keep driving. All I'm saying is make your point and then go, well, here's another example. Here's another point, So it's a series of points that are driven at different speeds depending on the point.
Yeah, but it doesn't all have to be fast.
No.
There are places where I indulge myself.
Yes.
And okay.
Yes. You must be like me is really what you're saying. You must be like me. You must be like your mother. You must go out there and fight this every day. You must fight this every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Cam, by the way, just the va bene, it's according to the text, it's connected to the nuns have finally gone, right? So it's like the va bene, it's like va bene, the nuns have finally, it's like, okay, good, they're gone, It's not a separate, I don't think it's the end of the last thing.
What's the line before va bene?
She says, I've always tried to live up to my name to bring peace, and I think you added a line here too. Is that a revision? There's another.
Yeah, that's a revision that isn't on that. I couldn't pull.
Right. So what do you say there? I've always tried to live up to my name.
That was actually the thing that she corrected that Bill had suggested because it made no sense the other way. I've always tried to live up to my name to bring peace, but I drew the line when it came to the fascists and the Nazis. And then it's va bene, the nuns have finally gone. We are alone at last.
Oh, good.
And then I go back to that because otherwise before that,
I was just pointing out because I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but it sounded like the va bene was part of the last thing you were saying instead of this next beat.
Yeah. I think what John's saying is va bene, the nuns have gone. I think that's what he's saying. Is the va bene should modify that.
Okay, the playwright seems to like it separated, but
Oh, all right, whatever. Sorry.
I'll work around with it and see what,
I
I'll-
mean,
I'll try it.
va bene is something that you would say when someone is leaving. Va bene. Is it go well? Everything be good for you. Va bene.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty much
Yeah,
the way
but
I
it's
say it.
also but it is also like okay. It's just the way it's in the script. It's more like va bene, good. The nuns are good. Okay, the nuns
Oh,
are finally
believe
gone.
me, she doesn't know what's in the script.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, good. Well, then do it the other way, Cam. Make it va bene. So you're saying goodbye to the nuns with that. And then
Yeah.
begin that next beat. I think that's clearer for me anyway. Because it sounds like I'll see you later. That's what it sounds like, you know.
Yeah, and it feels good. It feels good. It helps make a break there.
Okay, cool. So now you're gonna do your first work with Rob on the birthday party scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now my script has disappeared. It'll take a second to get it back.
Okay.
Come on, script. Come on, script.
Okay.
Hang on a minute, Rob.
It's all right.
I had this script. It was right here. It was right here. Okay, coming back with a birthday party. Birthday party. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, let's see what you got. We won't even talk about it. Just let me see it.
Okay, getting through PD. Okay, no, where do I get to know more PD? Lovely flakes. Okay,
Ready?
yeah. What do you mean?
You're a bad wife.
No, I'm not. Who says I am?
Not to make your husband a cup of tea. Terrible.
He knows I'm not a bad wife.
Give him sour milk instead.
It wasn't sour.
Disgraceful.
You mind your own business anyway. You won't find many better wives than me, I can tell you. I keep a very nice house here and I keep it clean.
Whoa.
Yes. And this house is very well known for a very good boarding house for visitors.
Visitors. Do you know how many visitors you've had since I've been here?
How many?
One.
Who?
Me. I'm your visitor.
You're a liar. This house is on the list.
I bet it is.
I know it is. Was it nice?
What?
The fried bread?
Succulent.
You shouldn't say that word.
What word?
That word you said.
What? Succulent.
Don't say it.
What's the matter with it?
You shouldn't say that word to a married woman.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Well, I never knew that.
Well, it's true.
Who told you that?
Never you mind.
Well, if I can't say it to a married woman, who can I say it to?
You're bad.
What about some tea?
Do you want some tea? Say please.
Please.
Say sorry first.
Sorry first.
No, just sorry.
Just sorry.
You deserve the strap.
Don't do that.
I brought the pot in.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
You don't deserve it, though.
Why not?
Go on. Calling me that.
How long has the tea been in the pot?
It's good tea, good strong tea.
This isn't tea, this is gravy.
It's not.
Get out of it. You suckling old washing bag.
I am not, and it isn't your place to tell me if I am.
And if it isn't your place to come into a man's bedroom and wake him up.
Stanny, don't you like your cup of tea of a morning, the one I bring you?
I can't drink this muck. Didn't anyone ever tell you to warm the pot at least?
That's good, strong tea. That's all. Stanley.
Oh God, I'm tired. Not the bloody table.
Stan,
What?
am I really succulent?
Oh, you are. I'd rather have you than a cold in the nose any day.
You're just saying that.
Look, why don't you get this place cleared up? It's a pigsty. And another thing, what about my room? It needs sweeping. It needs papering. I need a new room.
Oh, Stan, that's a lovely room. I've had some lovely afternoons in that room.
Mm. Mm.
Is the sun shining? What are you smoking?
Cigarette.
You gonna give me one?
No?
I like cigarettes. Tickle, tickle.
Get away from me.
Are you going out?
Not with you.
You'll be lonely all by yourself
Will I?
without your old Meg. I got to get things in for the two gentlemen.
What two gentlemen?
I'm expecting visitors.
What?
You didn't know that, did you?
What are you talking about?
Two gentlemen asked Petey if they could come and stay for a couple of nights. I'm expecting them.
I don't believe it.
It's true.
You're saying it on purpose.
Petey told me this morning,
What was it? When did he say them?
last night.
Who are they?
I don't know.
Didn't he tell you their names?
No?
Here? They wanted to come here?
Yes, they did.
Why?
This house is on the list.
But who are they?
You'll see them when they come.
They won't come.
Why not?
I tell you why they won't come. Why didn't they come last night if they were coming?
Perhaps they couldn't find the place in the dark. It's not easy to find in the dark.
They won't come. Someone's making them Michael. Forget all about it. It's a false alarm. A false alarm. Oh, where's my tea?
I took it away. You didn't want it.
What do you mean you took it away?
I took it away.
What did you take it away for?
You didn't want it.
Who said I didn't want it?
You did.
Who gave you the right to take away my tea?
You wouldn't drink it.
Who do you think you're talking to?
What?
Come here.
No.
Come over here. I want to ask you something. Come on. All right, I can ask it from here just as well. Tell me, Mrs. Boyles, when you address yourself to me, do you ever ask yourself who exactly you were talking to? Huh?
Didn't you enjoy your breakfast, Stan? Stan? When are you going to play the piano again? Like you used to?
Mm.
I used to like to watch you play the piano. When are you going to play it again?
I can't. Can I?
Why not?
I haven't got a piano, have I?
I meant like when you were working that piano.
Go and do your shopping.
But you wouldn't have to go away if you got a job, would you? You could play the piano on the pier.
I've been offered a job, as a matter of fact.
What?
Yes, I'm considering a job at the moment.
You're not.
A good one, a nightclub in Berlin.
Berlin.
Berlin, a nightclub. Playing the piano, a fabulous salary, and all found.
How long for?
We don't stay in Berlin. Then we go to Athens.
How long for?
Yes, then we pay a flying visit to what's his name?
Where?
Constantinople, Zagreb, Vladivostok. It's around the tour. It's around the world tour.
Have you played the piano in those places before?
Played the piano. I played the piano all over the world, all over the country. I once gave a concert.
A concert.
Yes, it was a good one too. They were all there that night, every single one of them. It was a great success. Yes, a concert at Lower Edmonton.
What did you wear?
I had a unique touch, absolutely unique. They came up to me, came up to me and said they were grateful. Champagne we had that night, a lot. My father nearly came down to hear me. Well, I dropped him in a card anyway, but I don't think he could make it. No, I lost the address. That was it. Yes, Lower Edmonton. Then after that, you know what they did? They carved me up. Carved me up. It was all arranged. It was all worked out. My next concert. Somewhere else it was. In winter, I went down there to play. Then when I got there, the hall was closed. The place was shuttered up. Not even a caretaker. They locked it up. A fast one. They pulled a fast one. I'd like to know who was responsible for that. All right, Jack, I can take a tip. They want me to crawl on down on my bended knees? Well, I can take a tip. Any day of the week. Look at her. You're just an old piece of rock cake, aren't you? That's what you are, aren't you?
Don't you go away, Stan. You stay here. You'll be better off. You stay with your old Meg. Aren't you feeling well this morning, Stan? Did you pay a visit this morning?
Meg, you know what?
What?
Have you heard the latest?
No,
I bet you have.
I haven't.
Shall I tell you?
What latest?
You haven't heard it?
No.
They're coming today.
Who?
They're coming in a van.
Who?
And who do you know what they've got in that? Do you know what they've got in that van?
What?
They've got a wheelbarrow in that van.
They haven't.
Oh, yes, they have.
You're a liar.
A big wheelbarrow. And when the van stops, they'll wheel it out and then wheel it up to the garden path and they'll knock on that front door.
They don't.
They're looking for someone.
They're not.
They're looking for someone, a certain person.
No, they're not.
Shall I tell you who they're looking for?
No.
You don't want me to tell you?
You're a liar.
Okay, that's the end of that part of the scene.
Wow. Okay. I gotta go back and I gotta read this play. It's been a long time. Grad school, 1980. Okay.
I just got the book. I just started reading it myself. It's a good,
Okay,
it's a good play.
so-
I like it.
These are husband and wife, right?
No, this is I'm the guest.
You're the guest.
No,
Okay,
he
what are you a
is my
guest for? Tell me what you're a guest for. Why are you there?
It's a boarding house on it's on a seaside town in
Mhm.
this part of England. My understanding is that I'm there to hide away. That's
Well,
my
it's called the
understanding.
birthday party, right? Right? I mean, it must have to do with a gathering of a certain number of people, right? The whole play itself. I'm just trying to understand your
yeah.
context of everything, both of your characters' context.
Right. I just started working on it the last week with Cam. Cam knows a little better.
Tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, my husband and I are, Petey and I run this, it's one of these English seaside towns.
Mm-hmm.
We run, a little dinky boarding
House. Yeah, right.
Stanley is our guest. He is our boarder, our one boarder. He's been there, I think, all it's now beginning to be, so he's been there the whole off season and probably the whole summer before. We
Well,
don't
it
know
sounds
it.
like your two characters have a relationship. That's for sure.
We do. My husband goes away and Stanley is young. I mean, relatively young. He's in his 30s. He's a musician. He's a down on his ass musician. He's hiding out. He's hiding out from these people who come looking for him.
Mhm.
And they do indeed take him away in a van,
Mhm.
and possibly kill him. They have a birthday party for him. I can send you the script. We have it online.
Okay, that's great. I'll try to read it before we come back again, because there's so much, with Pinter, there's so much underneath everything that's being said, it's
Right.
Well, the relationship is that I just love him. I just dote on him. My husband and I, are this old couple. We're
so
used to each other.
would you like to be with him instead of your husband? I mean, is it that kind of thing?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think it's more that it's more like, I think the sunrise. I have romantic fantasies about him, and the sun, I want him to stay forever. And I want him to be romantic about me. It's like partly he's like the son I never had. Partly I would like him to be my lover. I'm not really sure. It's very crazy.
Right. It's
Very
all,
weird.
right.
Yeah, well, I know that's the whole point is the dialogue is sort of weird, but it has to be put into a very realistic context, of something that you definitely want and you definitely need. Otherwise, it's just hanging out there. It doesn't exist in a world. I mean, the reason I got to read the play to help you is that I don't understand the world that both of these
Right.
characters are living in.
Right.
It seemed to me that they do have some experience in this relationship. But what do you want? What does your character want out of this scene, Cam? She wants to keep him here, right? She wants to. That's her goal, right?
I want to keep him here. I think I want him to be romantic with me. I may want him to have sex with me, but I definitely want him to be romantic with me and to be sweet to me, to pay attention to me.
Okay, that's great. But it's obviously not what he's doing in this particular scene.
No, he's very abusive. And
Yeah.
and
Right.
he frequently is very abusive, which is a turn on.
So your character likes the abuse because she likes the attention.
I like the attention. I like that he's young. It's one.
I like the action is that I want attention. I like that as an activity for her. I want attention. I'm doing things to get your attention. That I can see that in a lot of that particular scene. Then I need to know, when Rob knows his side of it a little bit better, is what's your point of view about her because your character has to feel that she's trying to do something to you, that she wants something from you. It doesn't appear to me that your character wants to accept it. That's what I'm not sure about either, Rob.
Yeah, I think my character, my character does not respect her neediness. She's very needy. And I recognize that. And at the same time, my character is, he's frightened because he knows there are people after him. So, and he also, like the preceding scene, I read today, and it's like the husband and wife scene, and the husband and wife character relationship is very humdrum. It's very, it's just very routine. There's nothing exciting going on in the relationship. So she's definitely someone that is looking for a fantasy, but at the same time, she has defensiveness about saying I'm married. So she's definitely, I would say, a confused character.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Yeah.
conflicted because she's not happy. She feels like
Right.
she's
Right.
missing. You
Right.
know, and I like that. My husband doesn't pay attention to me. I need attention from you. That I like that. That's something that you can really play. I also want to know from your side that your characters, you're sort of the victim of her needs. You know, what is your point of view about being the victim of her needs, or do you love the fact that she's giving you this attention?
I'm probably conflicted also, but I as I said, I think she's annoying because she's so in her personality is so clingy, and at the same time, I don't know. I'm still working it out. I'm still working on it. You know.
Okay, well, I wish I could help you guys a little bit more, but I've got to read the context of what you're doing a little bit more. So send it to me, Cam. And but what you want to do is you've got to boil a playwright like Pinter down into just the raw form of what the fuck do I want? What do I really because all of his characters are quite desperate. All of his characters have a quiet, desperate need, which is also very British as well. So it's what do I have inside of me that I'm either resisting letting out or I can't wait to I mean, that's what we've got to find out about the play so that we understand more what's going on in this scene, because it's confusing to me right now.
Bill?
Yeah.
The thing that strikes me about the scene is that there's so much about it that is ordinary.
Yeah.
It is a breakfast scene. I am serving breakfast. And a lot of it is, you know, I think one thing that I will do once I get off book is do the activities, because that's why I did the hair stuff.
Right.
A lot of it happens while I'm doing stuff, but it's it sounds very much like just I want compliments on my food. I want compliments on my cooking. I want
attention. I want attention.
It's attention.
I want
and
attention.
I want to be flattered.
Right.
But it is ordinary. Whatever is going on goes on underneath. You know, that's one reason I like it. Because the surface is it is very ordinary.
Right, but what's underneath the surface? That's
and my character is very ordinary.
Well, I understand all that, but to me, it always does have to boil down to these two elements. What is going on emotionally with both of these characters that they have no control over, and what are they doing in this scene to survive what they can't help is happening to them? Both characters need to be driving to survive in the context of this scene. And I don't understand. I don't see that. That's what I don't see. So I can't help you as much until I read that context and come up with it. But you guys have got to come up with what do I need out of this scene? Today is like every other day. He has been here for a while. But what is unique about today that I need today that's going to get me through the routine that I've had to do every other day before this, which is what you're saying, Cam, is that it's very ordinary, but today is not an ordinary day. You have to find out what is not ordinary about today in order to make this scene.
I think maybe what would be different is I have something new to get his attention, which I have these two visitors coming.
Yeah, and maybe that scares him too. Maybe what
saying,
yeah, well, who are they? I mean, are they after me? Right, exactly.
Right.
So anyway, it needs a more specific context.
Right.
Okay.
I think my character wants he definitely wants, he's hiding out, and he wants to feel safe and protected, or he's avoiding losing his life. I think he believes his life is going to be in danger. I believe that's the motivation of the character.
Okay, but it
I'm just
sounds
learning.
like-
I'm just learning about it. I'm just
But-
learning about it. Now.
Yeah, I understand that, but also, I mean, that sounds like something that has been going on ever since he moved into the place, right?
Right.
Right. What I'm saying to you is that that's the assumed value for your character. The assumed value for Cam's character is that she's married and unhappy, right? What I want to know is what is it specifically about this day that changes the needs of this regular? That's what you guys have got to find out to be able to play this scene. What is different about today?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think I need to read I'm going to read the whole play myself this next few weeks, so I'll understand a little bit more about what's going on with him.
Bill, sorry to be so stupid about this, but when you say what is different about today,
Yeah.
does it have to start at the very beginning of the play, or does it just occur as it goes along? Because to me, that's what it seems like in this. It doesn't seem like, I don't get up in the morning in this play and come down with, oh, I am more unhappy today. Oh, I have a greater drive to have Stanley pay attention to me.
I've got to get through another day. I've got to get through another day of unhappiness is what you got to do. Right? I mean, does that seem right, Cam? I mean, how am I going to make it through this unhappy day? I'm going to the way we get through our problems is to stick to our routines. The way, what am I going to do today to get through how I feel? And every day that's the same, but every day it's also different because it has the experience of the day before attached to it. It's, we're talking about, these are the kind of things you talk about when you're doing a Pinter play because.
Okay, okay, Bill, I mean, this, again, I feel like I'm stupid, like I'm supposed to say that this character is unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't feel unhappy. She feels like in need of entertainment, bored, a little bored, but somebody who says, oh, we're getting along. Our house is on the list. It would be nice if Petey would talk to me more, but this is the way we live. She may be down, and we have Stanley. It'll be nice when Stanley comes down. She may be unhappy somewhere and she may want more, but when we talk about unhappy, I'm unhappy because I don't have a job. I'm unhappy when I don't feel like I have a good night, but I don't think this character is unhappy. I think she might be a little bored. I think she might, I think she
bored is unhappy.
Bored, but I think she wants Stan. I think her feelings get hurt, but it's not like this active, oh, I'm unhappy. Oh, I'm going to go. I'm going to go have sex because I'm unhappy, or I'm going to leave my, it's not, what I mean?
I like bored better than unhappy. I think it's a more specific word, right? And if I'm bored, then I'm going to try to find something to entertain myself. That's what I need. I need something to entertain myself if I'm bored, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right.
She's definitely delusional about Stanley.
Okay, well, we need to get on to the next scene. So
okay, all right.
Anyway, I just wanted to, it's your first work on this. You guys have got to know a lot more about these two characters and what they need out of this scene in order for me to really be able to help you with it. And again, the pauses are absolutely quintessential to your work on this piece. The pauses for Pinter are where the greatest part of the story is told.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Come on back, everybody. Where are you? There you are. Okay, good. So let's go to Vasily and actually let's do Anj and John, and then we'll do Vasily and Cindy last tonight, and then we'll see, and we'll try to get to Anj and Mel. Okay. All right. Here we go.
All right. Hold on. And Cindy, you're on book?
This is the first scene in Beyond Therapy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on book.
Okay,
Just give me a second, please.
sure.
I
Yep, I'm ready.
I don't know these lines yet, so I'm staying on book. I
Okay.
will know them for the next session.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Was that a sarcastic sure,
No. I'm
or a
totally-
supportive sure?
Oh, always supportive, John.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but always giving you a little shit too, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Although we have been rehearsing, so
That's great.
all right.
Anytime you're ready.
All right. You ready, Hans?
Hello,
Hello?
are you the white male, 6'1", 30 to 35, who likes rock music, movies, and jogging and quiet evenings at home?
Yes, I am.
Hi, I'm Prudence.
Bruce.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you. Like I said in my letter, this is the first time I've ever answered an ad like this.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, I've never put one in before.
Well, and I thought, why not this time?
Right, me too. I hope I'm not too macho for you.
Oh, no. So far, you seem wonderful.
You have lovely breasts.
Thank you.
The first thing I notice in a woman.
Thank you.
You have beautiful contact lenses.
Thank you. I like the timbre in your voice. Soft, but firm.
Thanks. I like your voice.
I like the, thank you. I love the smell of your fruit you're wearing.
Oh, thank you. My male lover Bob gave it to me.
What?
You remind me of him in a certain light.
What?
Well, I swing both ways, actually. Do you?
I don't know. I always insist on the lights being out.
I'm afraid I've upset you now.
No, it's nothing really. It's just that I hate gay people.
Oh, I'm not gay. I'm bisexual. Yeah, there's a difference.
I don't really know any bisexuals.
Children are all innately bisexual, you know. If you brought a child to Plato's retreat, he'd be attracted to both sexes.
I should imagine he'd be terrified.
Well, he might be, of course. I've never taken a child to Plato's retreat.
I don't think they like you.
I don't really know any children. Wonderful eyes. They're so deep.
Thank you.
I feel like I want to take care of you.
Thank you. That's very nice. I would like that. My favorite song is Someone to Watch Over Me.
Oh, there's a somebody I'm longing.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
In some ways, you're like a little girl, and in some ways, you're like a woman.
Oh, how am I like a woman?
Oh, you dress like a woman. You wear eyeshadow like a woman.
You're like a man. You're tall. You have to shave. I feel like you could protect me.
Oh, I'm deeply emotional. I like to cry.
I wouldn't like that.
But I like to cry.
Well, I don't think men should cry unless something falls on them.
That's a kind of sexism. Men have been programmed not to show feeling.
Don't talk to me about sexism. You're the one who started talking about my breasts the minute I sat down.
I feel like I'm going to cry now.
Why do you want to cry?
I feel you don't like me enough, and I think you're making eyes at the waiter.
I haven't even seen the waiter. Please, people are staring. They'll think it's something I said.
I feel better after that. You have a lovely mouth.
Thank you.
I can tell you're very sensitive. I want you to have my children.
Thank you.
Do you feel ready to make a commitment?
I feel I should get to know you better.
I feel we agree on all the issues. I feel that you like rock music, movies, juggling, and quiet evenings at home. I think you hate shallowness. I bet you never read People magazine.
I do read it. I write for it.
I write for it too. I freelance, actually. I send in letters. They printed one of them.
Oh, what was it about?
I wanted to see Gary Gilmore executed on television.
Oh, yes, I remember that one.
Did you identify with Jill Clayburgh in An Unmarried Woman?
Yes, I did.
Me too. So we agree on everything. Oh, I want to cry again.
I don't like men who cry. I like them to be strong.
Oh, you'd quite like Bob then.
Who?
You know.
Oh,
I feel I'm irritated.
no, it's just that it's really hard to get to know someone, and the waiter never comes, and I'd like to order.
Let's start all over again. Hello? My name is Bruce.
Hello.
Prudence. That's a lovely name.
Thank you.
That's a lovely dress.
Thank you. I like your necklace. It goes nicely with your chest hairs.
Thank you. I like your nail polish.
I have it on my toes, too.
Let me see. Oh, I think it's wonderful you feel free enough with me to put your feet on the table.
I didn't put my feet on the table. I put one foot. I was hoping it would get the waiter's attention.
We agree on everything. It's amazing. I'm gonna cry again.
Please, you're annoying me. You're annoying me.
I feel you're too dependent. I feel you want me to put up the storm windows. I think you should do that.
I didn't say anything about the storm windows.
No, you're right. I'm wrong. We agree.
What kind of childhood did you have?
Nuns. I was taught by nuns. They really ruined me. I don't believe in God anymore. I believe in bran cereal. It helps prevent rectal cancer.
Yes, I like bran too.
I want to marry you. I feel ready in my life to make a long-term commitment. We'll live in Connecticut. We'll have 2 cars. Bob will live over the garage. Everything will be wonderful.
I don't think I'm ready to make a commitment to you, a lifetime commitment to you. I think you're insane, and I think I should go.
Please don't go.
I don't think I should stay.
Don't go. They have a salad bar here.
Well, maybe a little longer.
You're afraid of life, aren't you? Your instinct is to run away. You're afraid of feeling, of emotion. That's wrong, Prudence, because then you have no passion. Did you see Equus? That doctor felt it was better to blind 8 horses in a stable with a metal spike than to have no passion. In my life, I'm not going to be afraid to blind the horses, Prudence.
I think you should become a veterinarian.
You've missed the metaphor.
I didn't miss the metaphor. I was making a joke.
Just totally missed the metaphor. I could never love someone who missed the metaphor.
Someone should have you committed.
I'm not the one afraid of commitment. You are.
Oh, dry up.
I was going to give you a fine dinner and then take you to see the Tree of Wooden Clogs and then home to my place for sexual intercourse. But now I think you should leave.
Oh, you're not rejecting me, buddy. I'm rejecting you. You're a real first-class idiot.
And you're a castrating, frigid bitch.
Absolutely nothing seems to get that waiter's attention.
Great, you guys. Great. Such a great scene. Such a great scene. You guys are doing such a nice job with it. It really is good. It's
Did it look
really
like
good.
real water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like a real reaction, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
for sure.
we cut up aluminum foil in strips to make it look like it
Is
was
that
water.
what you did? I thought it was wire. I thought you're going to ruin your computer.
Yeah,
No.
me too.
Yeah.
They're so clever, aren't they?
Oh, what a great idea.
It was
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We love it on Zoom. We love it on Zoom when we do real things. you
I know.
mean, one of my favorite things is like the passing of the card, and then somebody pulls it and picks it
Yeah.
up in the other. They're such little funny things. It's great. It's also funny, John, that every scene you do has a song in it.
Yes, right.
And actually, when Rob and I were working on his play, you now have a song, "Be Our Guest" from Beauty and the Beast.
Beast.
Yeah, you know.
I wrote the line and you I wrote the line and you said you sound like the song. So
Yeah. He wrote the line "Be Our Guest" or something that was a Tony line. And went, we ought to have John do that number.
I sang in the shadow box. I sing in this.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
Did I
Okay.
sing in the dining
In the
room?
dining room.
Of course you did. Aura Lee. Are you kidding?
Oh, right. That's right. Yes.
All right. So I have lights out upset you. What does that mean? What do I mean by that? Anybody
Oh.
know?
I say, he asked me a question and my response is, I don't know. I insist on the lights being out.
Oh, yeah, right. And the next line is, I feel like I upset you or something, right?
I'm afraid I've upset you now.
Right. And already, Anj, your comment has a strange feeling about it, but it needs to sound like you are a little more upset, right?
Yeah,
So it sets his line up a little bit better.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
John, what's your reaction to the line, "Don't really know any children"? I don't really know any children.
Right. That's my line. You mean what am I thinking when I say that?
Give me 4 lines. Give me
all
4
right, so
lines before it,
basically-
the two of you.
All right, here
Go
we
ahead.
go. You ready, Anj?
Yeah.
Children are all innately bisexual, I mean, if you brought a child to Plato's retreat, he'd be attracted to both sexes.
I should imagine he'd be terrified.
Well, he might be, of course, but I've never taken a child to Plato's retreat.
I don't think they let you.
I don't really know any children.
Good. So it sounds like you're a pedophile, right?
All right.
Right. And so I don't really know any children, I think, is him realizing that's how it's coming off.
Oh, okay.
Right. So play it again with that idea in mind. Here we go. And go.
Children are all innately bisexual, If you brought a child to Plato's retreat, he'd be attracted to both sexes.
I would imagine he'd be terrified.
Well, he might be, of course. I've never taken a child to Plato's retreat.
I don't think they let you.
I don't really know any children.
Yeah, I don't even know any. Like, really, I'm not what you think. And you got to defend that a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, John, that's
Mhm.
great. I don't really know any children.
I
You're
just
getting
thought
it all wrong. I was just making a point. You're getting it all wrong. She's actually getting the metaphor wrong.
Right.
Ange wouldn't like that. Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, even a strong. I'm gonna cry. I wouldn't like that. You know, just stop that. Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be much stronger on her point of view, right?
Okay.
Staring, starring or staring. You hate it. Please. What is it? Are you staring? What is it?
no, we don't have that word staring.
Starring?
Well,
Maybe
No.
you wrote a note about me staring at her or
Now,
something.
there's some places where it's at the very beginning that when
It's
you're
a- it's-
crying,
it's-
she says people are staring at us or no.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah. People are staring at us. Again, Anj, you should just hate that. You should just
right.
fucking
Oh,
hate people are
God
staring at us.
damn it.
You just fucking stop it. Right. Again, extreme emotions are what will work for this. John,
Okay.
children line emotion. Yeah. You have another children line after that, John. Something about you not wanting to have children or having children.
You want me to have your children.
Right. Yeah. And it's coming right after a really emotional area. Am I right, John?
I have to find it.
Yeah, I think so.
It's right after the people are staring at us and, children.
People are still okay.
It's on page,
Oh
page
yeah, here. No,
7.
it's yeah. What happens is I stop crying. I say I feel better after that. You have a lovely mouth. She says thank you. I say I can tell you're very sensitive. I want you to have my children.
Good. Yeah. So, so you've got to get lost in that emotional state that you're in, John, because asking her to have your children is an emotional decision, not an intellectual decision. You see how that connects to that. So it's got to be like you're just saying it out of the emotion that precedes it, as opposed to making an intellectual cognitive thought that you want that. He lives through his emotions. That's really, and which is why this is such a horrible pairing, because all she does is deny that she has any emotion. So, so that's where that line has got to come. It can't have any thought behind it. Right?
Yeah.
Anj, do you have a line? Remember that one?
About Gary Gilmore, where he says he wants to execute.
Yeah.
And I go, oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. What's your point of view about that?
We were probably all in the office, and they go, look at this fucking guy. He wants to see this execution. And it was like the most bizarre.
What's the punctuation on? Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yes, comma, I remember that one, period.
Oh yeah.
Is she saying she remembered? What she's saying is she remembers the article that I wrote that was printed, right?
Yeah. And she's got to remember that she was disturbed by it.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that came through. That didn't come through?
No. Okay. Right. Not playing with passion.
We all always think it comes through.
Right, I know. John, storm windows. John, you say something about storm windows?
I love that.
I start to cry again, and I say to her, I wait, let me see where it is. I feel you're too, I start to cry. She says, what's the matter? I say, I feel you're too dependent. I feel like you want me to put up the storm windows. I feel you should do that.
And then you just got to start ranting. You can't think about that. I want you to put up the storm windows, and it just comes off. You can't, again, think about it.
Okay.
It's my emotions are leading me line. And it leads you right into, because that's another emotional section that takes you right into, will you marry me? Which again is an emotional decision driven by your emotions and not an intellectual decision. I guess that's the real lesson from tonight's work, is once you get in those emotional states, try to hang on to it and see how the lines that are come after that are affected by that emotional state, because that's sort of what drives his whole character. And again, Anj, the main thing that you need to keep working on are the really strong opinions that are just opposite of the way he's behaving, that are
Okay.
big clues as to what's going on there. That's great. And why does she say because of the salad? That's another interesting.
Because my blood sugar is going down and I need fucking food.
Okay, good. That's great. Good. I want you to think that. That's great. Because
Okay.
it doesn't make any sense why she stays. And so and of course that's Christopher Durang trying not to make any sense, which
Right.
most of his dialogue doesn't make any true sense. It's your job to make me understand the sense behind that line.
Okay.
Because I didn't get that.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to ask you a question, Bill. So I start the macho act at the beginning.
It's great.
When do you think I should drop it? Just let it progressively go, or should
I don't think you should think about it at all. I think you should hold on to it as long as you think you need it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's a conscious decision that he makes. I think it's a way, it's a decision he makes to get accepted at the beginning of the scene, and it works. You know, it really does create an initial acceptance. So, you know, but obviously the first time you cry, the machoism is out the window because that's truly who you are. So, you know, keep using it as long as it's working.
Okay.
All right. There you go. All right. Okay. So we're going to Cindy. Are you Cindy and Vasily? Is that what's next? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, hi.
Hi there.
Hello.
Felt like
Hello.
forever.
I know it takes a while to get to you, but here we are.
Okay.
Your waiting has finally paid off. Wait a minute. I'm just getting another piece of paper.
So which one we doing first, Vasily?
Let's do red herring.
Red herring. Okay.
Well, try to hold back your excitement, Vasily. It was like, oh, let's do red herring. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Andre,
Mrs. Kravitz?
it's me.
Mrs. Kravitz? What are you doing here?
I wanted to welcome you home.
Oh, Mrs. Kravitz.
Call me Florence.
Every night I'm thinking of you, kissing your pictures, praying that one day soon we can. What is it? Something has happened?
I've got some good news and some bad.
About Olga?
About Nathan.
Nathan? He has hurt you?
No.
I'll kill him!
Andre,
If he puts a finger, I swear I will.
I already did.
What?
I took care of Nathan.
Took care?
I had to. It was either him or us.
You mean
I found things, Andre. Scary things. You would have done the same.
Mrs. Kravitz?
Listen,
I can't believe.
listen to me.
Yes, what? What is it?
You haven't heard the bad news yet.
Tell me.
You're the one who's dead.
What?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I had no choice.
I don't No.
Been any different.
No, I cannot be dead.
Believe me, you're deader than radio. They found you off pier this morning, off Pier 17. I got your new LP, South Pacific. The one with Some Enchanted Evening.
What about Olga?
Forget about Olga.
She's still my wife.
No. Now she's your widow. We're both widows. Look at it this way. We're halfway there. I made some chowder. We'll draw a hot bath, or put on your LP, make some music of our own. Don't go near your apartment. Come up the fire escape. I'll leave the window open.
What about my cash?
Dump it.
I have 2,000 pounds of herring on the boat.
Well, you'll have to put it back where you found it. Dead men don't fish.
All right, good, good. Cindy, you created another character. Isn't that nice?
Well, I finally figured out what it feels like to move eyebrows you don't have.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, it's actually not about the eyebrows, it's about the brow.
No, yeah, but I mean to find it when it's not
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a feeling that it creates inside of you, right? That's what you're after. You're not you don't have to really worry about what the physical ramifications of that are. You just have to feel what the physicality does to you,
Right.
right? It
Yeah.
makes you a little more subversive. Right? Okay. Good. What's the first Olga Nathan? What is it? Olga Nathan. It's in the very beginning. What is it?
In the very beginning.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
something about Olga
Well-
and Nathan. What is it?
Oh, I
Well,
got
she's-
some good news and some bad.
Right?
About Olga, about Nathan.
Nathan, he has hurt you?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. About Olga, right? No, about Nathan. Nathan, he is, again, you got to jump on that. Nathan, he was hurt, very strong, very protective. Took care. Cindy, when you say I took care of her, it's got to sound like I bumped her off. I bumped her off. I bumped him off. It's got to sound like I bumped him off. I took care of, what's the line? I took care of him.
Took care of Nathan.
Yeah. Say that to me like I fucking killed him. Say that. I fucking
Took care of Nathan.
Yeah. There you go. Right. You see the difference in that thought?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just say the line and think that that's good, but you got to put that dirty thought behind. Yeah, I killed the motherfucker. Yeah, I took care of Nathan. Right?
Okay.
Right? And then because he goes, took care, and then he goes, oh, and then he realizes what it means, right? Don't you, Vasily? Right? So yeah, so it's a moment of, it's like a little bit of an epiphany for you when you find out, when you go, took care, you're what? Oh, yeah, exactly, right. You murdered your husband. That's right. Okay. Vasily, you can't believe it. The logic of dead and not dead, Vasily. What is that? What is the section? That's not the bad news. What's the bad news? Let's go from there.
What, you haven't heard the bad news yet?
Yeah, you haven't heard the bad news yet.
You haven't heard the bad news yet.
Tell me.
You're the one who's dead.
What?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I had no choice.
I don't.
If it could have been any different.
No, I cannot be dead.
Good. So that's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to get to, Vasily. That's when she says you're dead, and you go, no. What you're doing is you're working on the logic. You're alive, right? No. Yeah, right. So continue to work with the lot. No, I can't be dead.
Yeah.
It's from the logic point of the truth that you are alive right now. So
Right.
Play that again, only from the point of view of the logic that the character's trying to work through. Here we go.
Okay. You haven't heard the bad news yet.
Tell me.
You're the one who's dead.
What?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I had no choice.
I don't.
But if it could have been any different.
No, I cannot be dead.
Oh, believe me, you're deader than radio. They found you this morning off Pier 17. I got your new LP. South Pacific, the one with Some Enchanted Evening.
What about Olga?
Forget about Olga.
Kill my wife.
No.
So in that whole sequence, he never really truly understands why he's dead. You know, it's never really resolved. But when you did it this time, it was so much better because the character was sitting there trying to figure out how it made sense the whole time. So it was a great activity for your character. And then it's, okay, well, maybe I'm dead, but what about Olga? Is she still alive? Right. And then you're trying to put the logic of it together.
Yeah, I'm trying to put the puzzle together.
Yeah, because wait, I'm dead, but I'm alive. I'm confused. What about Olga? From that point of confusion, makes sense?
Yeah.
Good.
Too bad she can't say she's happily married to someone else. That
Right.
comes out later.
And Cindy, what's your chowder line?
What's my chowder line?
Yeah, you have a chowder line at the end.
You're gonna make dinner.
I made some chowder. We'll put on your LP, make some music of our own.
Okay, I want you to think of that chowder is like oysters for him. In other words, that it makes him very sexual. So I put on some chowder. We'll put on your CD. Well, so what you're really saying is we're going to go up and fuck. It'll be great. And it's got to have that sexual edge to it, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try it again with these little things. And Vasily, at the very beginning, that sort of naivety about how glad you are to see her wasn't quite as there as much as it has been in the past. It was almost like a childlike excitement you had when you first see her in this scene. And I like that because it sets you up for all these very serious adult things that are just about to be said to you. So it's really nice. So that really naive, oh, you're just so glad, you're just so happy, I just love her so much, she's just the very best. Right, okay, here we go.
Okay.
Whoop, wait a minute.
Andre,
Mrs. Kravitz?
it's me.
Mrs. Kravitz. What are you doing here?
I wanted to welcome you home.
Oh, Mrs. Kravitz.
Oh, Florence.
Good, I want to go back. Part of what are you doing here is what are you doing down by the docks when I'm supposed to bring in all of this red hair, all of this herring for this other, she shouldn't be here. That's what are you doing here? It's not what are you doing here? It's like she's in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're not supposed to meet her now. This is a complete surprise. Start it again.
Andre,
Mrs. Kravitz?
it's me.
Mrs. Kravitz? What are you doing here?
Wanted to welcome you home.
Oh, Mrs. Kravitz.
Now call me Florence.
Every night I'm thinking of you, kissing your pictures, praying that one day soon we can. What is it? Something has happened?
I got some good news and some bad.
About Olga?
About Nathan.
Nathan? He has hurt you?
No.
I will kill him.
Andre.
You puts a finger, I swear I
I
will.
already did.
What?
Took care of Nathan.
You care?
I had to. It was either him or us.
You mean
I found things, Andre.
oh my
Scary things. You would have done the same.
Mrs. Kravitz.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Listen to me.
this. What? What is it?
You haven't heard the bad news yet.
Tell me.
You're the one who's dead.
What?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I had no choice.
I don't under
I mean, if it would
No,
have been any different,
no, I cannot be dead.
believe me, you're deader than radio. They found you this morning off Pier 17. I got your new LP, South Pacific, the one with Some Enchanted Evening.
About Olga.
Forget about Olga.
She's still my wife.
No. Now she's your widow. Now we're both widows. Look at it this way. We're halfway there. I made some chowder. We'll draw a hot bath, put on your LP, make some music of our own. Don't go near your apartment. Come up the fire escape. I'll leave the window open.
What about my catch?
Dump it.
I have 2,000 pounds of herring on the boat.
Better put it back where you found it. Dead men don't fish.
Good, good. So much better, so much better. When she says we're both widows, right? Remember when you had that revelation, when your character had that revelation that Nathan was dead, right? And that she killed her. Then when she says, now we're both widows, and then you think, and then you should have like, that you finally start to get it, right? You get it. And then then the very next thing she says is, good, I made some chowder. We'll go upstairs. We'll have some, exactly. She takes advantage of that particular moment. You need to have that realization as well. It's very funny with you working through the logic of what she's trying to tell you. That's where the humor in the scene comes. And you really worked it well that time. Do you feel the difference, Vasily?
I think so. Yeah, it's really hard to say this one. I have to see myself, honestly. I mean,
you'll see it when you see the playback. It's really funny. It's very funny because you're in constant workout of trying to make sense of what she's trying to tell you. It's absolutely great.
The only thing I can just be honest with you at this moment, what I was doing, I know you're saying that just don't check yourself at the moment when you're playing, right? But I'm not checking myself as if like there is some sort of a conflict in the moment I'm playing.
Yes.
As if like I'm seeing myself at the same time and I'm playing myself, feeling myself. This is kind of a combination of both.
Uh-huh.
And I feel confused because something, I feel like maybe I'm just overacting, and yet I'm just thinking at the same time what I'm supposed to think about. If it makes sense, as a character, what I'm supposed to think about.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you think you're overacting, because that'd be the first thing that I'd tell you if I thought you were.
Maybe I just don't feel confident.
Maybe you're just not getting lost in where that character is. Is you have two sets of thoughts going on, and we've got to get rid of Vasily's set of thoughts and just make it all Andrei's set of thoughts.
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, you're editing yourself, which has been, a constant thing that you do. But when you lose yourself in what's going on into that thought, like you'll see it on the playback, you were really lost in the thought process of trying to figure out how you could be still alive and be dead at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, we all saw that. And that's the activity that I'm talking about that you need to get lost in. And it just makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
And Cindy, the line, you're deader than radio. Why do you think that's a good line for this play?
Well,
check out the year that McCarthy had the hearings, and I forget what year it was, but I think it was very early 50s. And television had really started to take over.
Okay. That's what I thought it had something to do with that.
Now you're deader than radio. I mean, nobody's ever going to listen to fucking radio again. We got television. Right? Okay. That's really what the line means.
I figured it had to do with radio itself being just out of... I didn't realize this was Because McCarthy doesn't come in, he is in here, but it
Yeah.
comes in much later.
Yeah,
So it didn't occur to me.
yeah, absolutely. You're, what were those things? What were those things they used to have before cell phones that were so popular? It had all the keys and then it had a little screen. They were black. What were they called?
Pagers.
Huh?
Pagers.
Calculators?
No, there was a type of telephone too. You could use it as a phone.
A BlackBerry?
A BlackBerry,
Oh,
right?
the BlackBerry.
Right. You know, look, I got a new phone. Oh, you're deader than a BlackBerry. You know, I mean, that's a contemporary metaphor for the same line is you're deader than radio
Okay.
in that particular time period.
Okay.
Okay. So did you guys say you wanted to do your other scene tonight? All right, let's do this for the last time. Here we go.
Okay. Let me get off.
And then on deck will be Anj and Mel.
Is this Windows 7?
Yes.
I'm afraid something rather complicated has happened with my driver's license.
Yes. What happened?
Well, you see, I moved here from another state and let my driver's license lapse. And
Yes.
should I wait till you finish?
I don't have to. It's a long book.
But are you listening to my problem?
I can read and listen at the same time. Go on.
Oh, well, anyway, I took the driving test again and I passed it and I got this temporary license and I've never gotten my permanent one. And then when I called about it, they said they lost me on the computer and they had no record of me taking the test. So you couldn't send me my license even though I did take and pass the test. Your turn to say something.
Wait a minute. I had to finish the chapter. Now, what seems to be the problem in one sentence?
I haven't received my driver's license.
Okay, let me see if you're on the computer.
I'm not on the computer.
What is your name?
I'm not there.
How do you spell that?
I'm not on the computer. I went to window 3. They told me there was no record of me on the computer.
I'm not on Windows 3, I'm Windows 7, and I need to know your name.
Janice Agnes.
Okay. That A is in Adwork, G is in the Gesundheit, N is the poop, E is in excruciating, as in the Zeltzer water, pause, J is in this Jupiter, A is in Agnes, N is in Nancy, and I is in ignoramus, and S is in slow lingering death.
Yes.
Well, you're not on the computer.
Told you I wasn't.
Fine, I will give you an award at the end of the day. How else may I help you?
I would like to get my permanent license.
This temporary license has expired.
This temporary license, yeah, I know it's expired.
It's no longer a valid license.
I know that. And that's why I want my permanent one. I noticed it hadn't come in the mail before this one expired, and I presumed everything was all right.
What a funny thing to do. If you do not have a valid driver's license, how did you get here to the Division of Motor Vehicles?
I took a bus.
Can you prove that to me?
What?
I trust you did not drive the car yourself, did you, Mrs. Janice Agnes?
No, I realize my license is invalid.
That is correct. You have an invalid license. Good morning.
Oh, you're not helping me.
How else may I help you?
I want my driver's license.
Take the driving test.
Don't. I took the driving test.
I have no record of this.
I know you have no record. Some schmuck lost it on the computer and
I do not speak Yiddish to me. If you need to make an appointment to make the driving test, go to window 4.
you want to take the test again.
Well, when did you take the test before?
It's the same date that's on this temporary license.
February 3, 1894. The Division of Motor Vehicles did not exist in 1894.
Let me see that. Oh, it's a typo. Oh, it's clearly meant to be 1994.
I'm willing to agree with you that it is more likely a typo. You see, I didn't stick to the rules on everything. I'm a human. What is your name again?
Janice Agnes.
Well, let me see if you will have a record of you on the computer.
But I don't. I told you. Don't you remember?
Why are you shouting at me? When I'm shouted at, I do not feel like cooperating.
You haven't been cooperating.
I have been cooperating. If I had not been cooperating, you have not been shouting at me much earlier than this.
I want my license.
Well, you can't have it. You're not on the computer.
But that's not my fault.
And it's not my fault either. We're both blameless. It isn't nice feeling.
You're not helping me.
I'm doing everything at my power.
But don't you have more power than you're using? Couldn't you perhaps type me into the computer and then send me my license?
No. Only the secretary of the driving test site can do that.
Yeah, but when she forgets to do that at the time of the test, can't someone else do it then?
If the secretary of the driving test site is willing to write a note admitting that she had forgotten to type in your name, then I can enter your name into the computer, and then we will fire her. Do you want her to lose her job?
No. I want you to lose your job.
I don't know how else you can expect me to help you if you're going to be hostile.
Can't you think of anything else that will help solve this problem?
If you could relieve the initial driving test when it was finished, you could ask to watch the secretary type in your name and your test result into the computer.
Your suggestion is that I relive the initial driving test.
It is a hypothetical suggestion, I admit, but it is the limit of what I can think of to assist you.
May I see your supervisor, please?
My supervisor is shredding documents in the other room and cannot be disturbed.
Look into my eyes. I want you to tell me what to do to solve this problem, and I want you to tell me right now.
Move out of New York.
That's a very good suggestion. Thank you.
Nice, nice.
Good, you guys. That's the best run you guys ever did of that. That was
You fell asleep, and the last time we did this, I went, we have to show this to.
This was great. Really well done. I only got 2 notes for you. Cindy, only twice did you sigh before you said your line when you didn't need to. First time when you do Janice Agnes, and you went, right? Instead of holding on to that energy, which you did all the way through, which is what made so many unpredictable moments for you. And then the other time is before can't you think of anything else?
Oh,
You had
I was working so hard not to roll my eyes.
I know, but all you have to do, Cindy, is hold on to that energy and just see where it takes you. It's not a question you should try to do something or not do something. The only thing you should be trying to do is to hold on to that energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And Vasily, the only note I have for you is don't talk Swedish to me. Should come right out. You kind of pulled it back, and it should have been an instant guttural reaction.
I noticed that. I felt there was something off.
Yeah, absolutely great though. Absolutely great. I'm so proud of both of you. I think it's a really great scene. We've worked on it a long time, and it's very funny. It works really well for both of you. Congratulations. Come on back, everybody, and then we'll do Mel and Anj for our last run of the Children's Hour. Okay. Who's on script for this?
I am.
Okay, good. And everybody give them a nice round of applause for finishing that scene off. It's a great job. It's really great job. It's really nice work, you guys. Congratulations. Okay, we'll click off and we'll let Anj and Mel go at it.
Let me just hide my view.
Ready? Ready, Val?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Did you get Joe?
What happened? She was perfectly well a couple of hours ago.
She probably still is. I told her she couldn't go to the boat races and she had a heart attack.
Oh, where is she?
In there. Mortar's with
really-
her.
Anything really wrong with her?
I doubt it. She's a problem, that kid. Her latest trick was kidding your aunt into getting out of those sewing lessons with those flowers we threw out. And then she threatened to go to her grandmother about some tale about being mistreated.
Please, God, Grandma would believe her and take her away.
Which would give the school a swell black eye. But we ought to do something.
How about talking to Mrs. Tilford?
Oh, you want to do it? I hate to do it. She's been so nice to us. But anyway, it wouldn't do any good. She's too crazy about Mary to see her faults clearly, and the kid knows it.
How about saying something to Joe? She'd listen to him.
That would be admitting that we can't do the job ourselves.
Well, we can't, and we might as well admit it. We've done everything we can think of. That child has had more attention than any 3 other kids put together, and we still don't have the faintest idea what goes on inside her head.
She's a strange girl.
Oh, that's putting it mildly.
You know, it's funny. We talk about the child as if she were a grown woman.
It's not so funny. There's something the matter with her, and that's been true ever since the first day she came. She causes problems here. She's bad for the other girls. I don't know what it is. It's just a feeling I've got that it's wrong somewhere.
All right. All right. We'll discuss it with Joe. Now, what about our other pet nuisance?
Oh, my aunt, the actress. What's she been up to now?
Unusual. Last night at dinner, she was telling the girls about how she lost her trunks in Butte, Montana, and how she gave her best performance in a hurricane. And today, you could hear her tell what she had said, what she was saying in the kitchen about what Sir Henry said to her.
Oh. Wait until she does Hedda Gabler standing on a chair. Sir Henry taught her to do it that way. He said, it was a sign of great acting.
Oh, couldn't we get rid of her soon, Martha? I hate to make it hard on you, but she really ought not to be here.
Oh, I know.
We could scrape up enough money to send her away. But let's do it.
Oh, you've been very patient. I know. I'm sorry. And I'll say something to her today, but it's probably going to be a couple of weeks before she's ready to leave. Is that okay?
Of course. Did you get Joe himself on the phone?
He was already on his way over here, isn't he? Always on his way over.
Well, I'm going to marry him someday, you know.
Oh, you haven't talked of marriage in a long time.
Well, I've talked of it with Joe.
Ah, then you are thinking about it.
Well, perhaps when the term is over, the school should be out of debt and we should be free and clear.
Then we won't be taking our vacation together.
Yes, we will. The three of us.
I've been looking forward to someplace by the lake, just the two of us, the way we used to at college.
Well, now there's three of us. That'll be fun too.
Line.
Why haven't you told me this before?
Why haven't you told me this before?
I'm not telling you anything we haven't spoken of often.
Yeah, but you're talking about it soon now.
I should hope so. I've been in love with Joe a long time. Oh, it's a good day for the school. Rosalie has finally put an L in could.
You really are going to leave, aren't you?
I'm going to leave, and you know that. Why do you say things like that? We agreed a long time ago that my marriage wouldn't make any difference to the school.
But it will. You know it will. It can't help it.
Oh, nonsense. Joe wouldn't let me give up here.
It's going to be hard going on alone afterward. Is that the line? Sorry.
I don't understand you. It's been so damned hard.
I just don't understand you. It's been so damn hard building this place up, slaving away and doing without to make ends meet. Think of having a winter coat again without holes in the lining. And now, just as we're getting on our feet, you're ready to let it all go to hell.
This is a silly argument, Martha. Let's quit it. You're lying.
You haven't listened to a word I've said.
You haven't listened to a word I've said. I'm not getting married tomorrow. And when I do, it's not going to interfere with my work here. You're making something out of nothing.
Line.
It's going to be hard going on alone.
It's going to be hard going on alone afterward.
Oh, for God's sakes. Do you expect me to give up my marriage?
I don't mean that, but it's just...
Oh, hi. Hello, darling.
Good. Switch to the second scene.
It gets dark so early now. Cooking always makes me feel better. And I guess we'd better give the Duchess some dinner. When the hawks descend, you gotta feed them. Where's Joe? Where's Joe?
Gone.
Huh. A patient? Will he be back in time for dinner?
Oh, no.
Oh, well. We'll save dinner for him then. Karen, what's the matter?
He won't be back anymore.
You mean he won't be back anymore tonight?
He won't be back at all.
What happened? What happened, Karen?
He thought we had been lovers.
Oh, I don't believe you.
All right.
Oh, it's not true. I mean, he never said a word all those months or during the trial. Didn't you tell him? For God's sake, didn't you tell him it wasn't true?
Yes.
didn't believe you.
I guess he believed me.
Well, then what have you done?
What had to be done?
No, it's all wrong. He'll be back in a little while and he'll clear it all up. God, I wanted that for you so much.
Don't. I feel sick to my stomach.
What's happened to us? What's really happened to us?
I don't know. I want to be sleepy. I want to go to sleep.
Go back to Joe. He's strong. He'll understand.
Stop talking about it.
Line.
Let's pack and get out of here. We'll take the train in the morning.
The train to where?
I don't know. Someplace, any place.
A job? Money?
In a big place, we could get something to do.
No, they've heard about us. We've been famous.
Small town, then.
They'd know more about us.
Isn't there any place we can go to?
Nope. There'll never be any place we can ever go again. We're bad people. We'll sit. We'll be sitting for the rest of our lives, wondering what happened to us. You think this scene is strange? Get used to it. We're going to be here a long time. Let's pinch each other. We can tell whether we're still living.
But this isn't a new sin they tell us we've done. Other people aren't destroyed by it.
They're the people who believe in it, who want it, who've chosen it. We're not like that. We don't love each other. I don't love you. Well, we've been very close to each other, of course. I've loved you like a friend, the way thousands of women feel about other women.
Yes.
Certainly, that doesn't mean anything. There's nothing wrong about that. I mean, it's perfectly natural that I should be fond of you.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because I love you.
Yes, of course I love you too.
I love you that way. Maybe the way they said that I loved you. I don't know. Listen to me.
What?
I have loved you that way.
Stop that crazy talk.
Oh, fuck line.
There's always been something wrong.
There's always been something wrong. Always. As long as I can remember, but I never knew what it was until all this happened.
Stop it.
You're afraid of hearing it. I'm more afraid than you.
I won't listen to you.
Oh, take your hands down. You got to know it. I can't keep it any longer. You got to know how guilty I am.
You're guilty of nothing.
Oh, I've been telling myself that ever since that night the child first said it. I've been praying that I could convince myself of it, but I can't. It's here. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I did love you. I do love you. I resented your marriage. Maybe because I wanted you. Maybe I've wanted you all along. Maybe I just couldn't call it by a name. Maybe I've wanted you ever since the first day I met you.
It's a lie. You're telling yourself a lie. We've never thought of each other that way.
No, of course you haven't, but who's to say I didn't? I've never felt that way about anybody but you. I never loved a man, but I never knew why before. Maybe it's that.
You are tired and sick.
No. It's funny. It's all mixed up. There's something in you and you don't know it and you don't do anything about it. And then suddenly a child gets bored and lies and there you are seeing it for the first time. I don't know. it all seems to come back to me. In some way, I've ruined your life. I've ruined my own. I didn't even know. There's a big difference between us now, Karen. I feel all dirty and I can't stay with you anymore, darling.
All this isn't true. You never said it. We'll forget about it by tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. That's a funny word, Karen. We would have had to invent a new language, as children do without words in it, like tomorrow.
Go and lie down, Martha. You'll feel better.
Woo. Wow. 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 So proud of you. So proud of you, both of you. Oh my God. I know you're pissed at the line screw ups, but don't be pissed at that.
I'm not.
Actually,
I'm not. No,
I'm
I'm
so
really not.
glad
I'm
you-
only pissed because they were just fucking getting in the way.
Well, I got to tell you, you had the best line call ever. The best.
Yes.
And I'm just telling you guys, I mean, and I know you all saw it, and you all saw what happens when you follow through and you don't give up on that. It was just a stunning moment after that, and you'll see it on the playback. And
Yeah.
so and you also had not a good line call, because you had an earlier one when you were, and you know that because when you didn't know the line in rehearsal, when you don't know the line, give it up immediately. Don't try to figure it out. Give it up immediately so that you're always dealing with the impulse, that you're always working that impulse. But the greatest line call ever. Anj, I just love the businesses that you created for the character when she needed a diversion in both the second and the first scenes. Excellent job. The scene with the two of you making fun of your cousin or whoever that is.
Her aunt.
Oh my
Nice.
Lord. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That was just fucking brilliant. And Mel, this time you deciding to make the choice of making fun of Joe coming over in that very first scene is an excellent choice. It's so passive aggressive. It's absolutely perfect. The second scene and then with the dim light and you turning that on and you using that darkness and that absolutely really great. In that very first scene, actually, you're really metaphorically trying to turn a light on in her because you know something's going on inside of her and she's not talking to you. And so what you're trying to do is to break through in any different way that you can, right? I didn't feel that quite as clear on those first couple of lines at the start of the scene that you were actually trying to break through something, that a wall that she had set up.
Well, I was trying to be really just selfish. It's all about me. So I wasn't at that point trying to break through.
Okay, well, to me, what the dynamic of that at the beginning of that scene feels is that you see she's in another place and something has happened to her that she hasn't spoken to you about, and you know this because you know her so well, and you're trying to find a way to break through. That's active.
Yeah, I thought that you had said that you wanted us to be very just me.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
but
I had kind of I had backed off that, but it's easy enough to put that back in again.
Okay, good. Maybe it's a miscommunication because it is sort of about you if you want to find out what's bothering her that you don't know. So, I mean, right? Okay. Trying to connect, right. Gonna be here for a long time. We're gonna be here for a long time. Oh my God, that was just such an engaging line. And the I love you was just stunning. Absolutely beautiful job, you guys. A great way to finish up this 6 weeks for everybody to watch this.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I was really, really trying to back off. And anytime I felt myself going,
Yes.
loop, I tried to back off again. Did that show I guess is what I'm
Well,
saying.
it didn't, I didn't know that that's what you were trying to do, but what I did feel was that both the characters were interconflicted, and that's exactly how that pays off. It deepens your character. If you're fighting something you, the actress, is trying to fight, if you fight that fight, I don't know whether the character's fighting something. So it's good that you're doing that. It works on both levels, Mel.
Good.
Absolutely. It's stunning. It's really, you're so busy. Both of you are so connected and so busy and so engaged. It's one of the best things that we've done in the class. This scene is one of the best things that I've seen done in this class. Really nice. Really nice.
Thank you. And thank you, Orange. It's wonderful to work with you.
Thank you, and vice versa.
I just want to also mention that you guys, we don't start to the 12th, so you don't have to send me any payment, but I'm going to send you all an address in Miami to send it to, unless you're doing it by Zelle. Some of you pay me by Zelle because I'm going to be in Miami the whole month of December until December 25th. Actually, I figured out how to fly cheaply home. Wait till you hear this. We were, I couldn't do it till my credit card cleared this month because I had so much on my credit card this month. So I had to wait till after the 20th to start calling. And then I had this idea yesterday. I said, holy shit, doesn't matter when I come back. The plane flight was going to be something, including our luggage, like $675 for me and my wife and my dog to fly back.
Round trip or just
No,
coming?
one way. That's just one way. And I thought, you know what? Let me look on, because I have points on Southwest, not a lot, but some. Let me look on Southwest and see what if I fly back on Christmas Day. Holy shit! So now it's costing us, for me and Terry and my dog and all our luggage, it's $218.
Oh
My
God.
Why? Because nobody flies on Christmas?
Nobody flies on Christmas, baby. That's
Wow.
I thought that when I went to England, nobody flies on Christmas. The plane was packed.
That's cheaper than one person one way.
Oh, well, I used my points for one. The one-way ticket was $118. My points covered my ticket, and then I had to pay for Terry's ticket, which was $118, and then Boo is $95. And so that's where that came from.
You're visiting Terry's family, right?
Yeah, I'm driving Terry and her mother. Her mother has an apartment up here, and she's moving out of it and taking all of her stuff back. So she's renting a van, and I'm driving them both down to Miami. And after I do that, then I'm going to be there for 25 days. I'm so excited.
Right. Until
Great.
I guess that's when blessing.
Send us some heat.
What's that?
Send us some heat.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Rob?
I must be, but the one blessing of being married to a Jewish woman is that you can leave on Christmas, no big deal.
Oh no, it's no big deal. Wouldn't bother. Actually, she loves Christmas more than I do. Almost, she loves.
Okay.
Oh my God, she just loves it. But we'll both be home for Christmas. We'll get home. We'll go out and buy a little tree, and we'll put it up that night.
I think John might want to sing that. Do you want to sing that?
Yeah.
Bill will be home for Christmas. Bill will be home.
for Christmas.
Stop. You guys.
On that.
Hey, listen, have a happy Thanksgiving, you guys, and I'll send you this address where to send it. And it's been great, and I can't wait to see you. I'll see you all in 3 weeks from tonight.
Okay, so what are we?
What, John?
We were gonna, I don't know if you want to talk about this now, we can talk about it later, but we were gonna talk about remember the date, January 9th, the three of us are in that reading, Cam, myself, and Anj.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it now.
Okay.
We'll set up a time later.
All right.
What are we taking from this class and still working in the next class on, or is it all done?
Well, I mean, like I say, I don't know how many times I have to repeat this. My issues are your issues. If you want to continue to work on something, I'm not going to say you're done with it. If you want to continue to work, that's fine. If you want to bring something new, it's completely up to you guys. All right?
I didn't know if you had specific ones that you wanted to keep going on.
No, I want to keep you guys working on stuff that you love and that can benefit you.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to start looking, I'll start looking for a piece that maybe the seven of us can do. So.
Great.
Well, I sent you birthday party, so let me know if you don't get it, because we've had slip ups before. I sent it
Okay.
to
You send
Roudebush.
it, Roudebush William. Yeah, if you send it to Dente, that's going to be a problem, but it's not.
Okay, so let me know if you don't get it, because you should have it by now.
I will. I definitely will.
Okay.
Good night, you all. I
Good
love
night.
it. See you 3 weeks
Thanks,
from
Dad.
tonight.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Thanksgiving.
Night.
Great work. I'm so proud of all of you.